Hello and welcome back to the Vera channel. Hello, hi, sorry. I really don't need to leave a 10-minute at the beginning of every stream anymore. I might cut it back, but I'm always just kind of waiting for people, making sure all my go live notifications go out, and it seems like the go live for the stream elements is very fickle. Sometimes it works, other times it doesn't. Never really know what's going on there. Anyway, hello, welcome. Today is our last normal background music. Get back in here. There we go. Today is our last normal stream of the year. So there's going to be, or not the last normal stream of the year. Tomorrow's going to be a normal stream too, but it's a normal collab. Today is my last regular, just me gaming stream of the year. There's a lot I wanted to play this week, and not enough days, because we got a lot of events going on over the weekend. So we're going to try to double up today. Hello, Asha. Welcome in. Also, Gazania, you said hi before the start, but hello, Gazania, and hello, Asha. Welcome. There were more games I wanted to do this week, and we had to downsize a little bit, because there was more games than days to begin with. And then yesterday I wanted to test out the VR, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to test it out for a while, so I wanted to get in on that as soon as possible. But today, we are going to be playing two things. We're going to be playing more Crash 4, because I want to beat that game. I like it. We're not going to beat it tonight. There are too many worlds left. I checked online. So I might have to re-up my PlayStation Plus again, unless it just goes on sale, because it was full price last I checked, and my Plus is how I owned it. The other thing we're going to play is Summer at the Edge of the Universe. This is a demo provided to me by Studio Elan, the people who made Please Be Happy, which we played previously on the channel. It will be available in the coming year. I don't think there was a specific date, but the game is going to be available in 2024. There's another game they've made since then, which I plan to play in the future. But because I was provided with this, I would like to play this today. It's just like the first chapter of that game as like a little teaser. So that's exciting. So we're going to start with that. Do that for an hour and a half or whatever. I don't know how long it's actually going to take. I don't know how long chapter 1 is, which is what we're doing today. And then once that's done, we'll move over to Crash. That's the plan there. We'll jump over to schedule for a second too. Hello, schedule. Hello, me being not properly layered on this screen. Pretend this makes sense, and I'm not like, wait, you know what? There we go. That's fine. I can be in front of it. So, what is today? Today's Thursday, right? Yeah, today's Thursday. So, Friday, tomorrow at 3 p.m., finally, we're going to play Gunya. I've been trying to play Gunya Monsters, this entire month, but the last 2 times I had to cancel, because, just things come up for people, and we had to keep rearranging schedules, but I believe we have 4 people to do a full filled out lobby tomorrow. So I'll be playing tomorrow with, I want to say, Watch It, Billy and Minaxi, I think. I think that's who it's going to be, and myself. But I really like that game, and I haven't played it on stream, so I've been trying to. I put it on like my main background for my schedule 2 weeks in a row, and then we didn't actually play it, so it was a little awkward. I didn't put it on my background this week, and we might actually play it. I think the trick is I can't advertise the things we're actually doing, except I did advertise both the things we're doing today, and we are doing them, so that isn't actually true at all. Pretty schedule? Thank you, I'm renovating it. It still needs a little work. It's not quite there yet. The twitch.tv Vera channel over on the right here, it's really boring, and it doesn't need to look boring. I can make that look more interesting. But I've been using the same schedule for like a year and a half, and it's gradually altered over time, but I want to do something a little bigger with the changes, so I'm gonna overhaul it again. I like visual design, so I want to make things cool looking. So expect this to be completely different the next time you see this as well. But it's changing, it's evolving. It's weird looking back at my old schedules, because like I definitely had like a template I used for like a year, and then I had the template I made after that, which I used continually until present day, but I just kept doing like little tweaks, little adjustments, new filters, new little changes all the time. So it was like super gradual, but it's really weird going back to the old stuff, because I think that's a big thing is like I haven't made any major like all at once changes to my channel. It's always like a billion little iterations so I don't even notice it myself. And then I'll go back and be like, oh, holy shit, things have changed a lot. Whoa. Like when I was looking at the old Vroids, or when I look at my old Live 2D, which I have not used in forever, but we'll have a new Live 2D eventually one day, and that'll be way cooler. So that'll be fun. But yeah, so tomorrow's going to be Gunya collab. Saturday, we're going to be over at Billy's for a big birthday stream. Billy got like a million people going there. It's crazy, but it's just going to be a bunch of games from, I believe, 3 p.m. PST to 11 p.m. PST is the time frame for that one. And then Sunday might get pushed back a little bit from that time because it's going to be a very long one. We'll see. Last year we had people in Europe on the stream, so I wanted to start early to include Europe New Year's. So we might start a bit later. We'll figure it out as we go. But that's going to be a New Year's Eve event, and we'll have people over, and we'll be celebrating the New Year's through a bunch of time zones, and there'll be fireworks and games and stuff. You know the drill. That's the week. Back to the roof. Hello, Booba. The gamer schedule. Yeah, you gotta have the gamer keyboard look for your schedule. I do like pretty colors. Pretty colors make me happy. I'm always looking to overhaul things, and it's interesting too when I look at my old stuff, because not only were my sets more desaturated, I myself was more desaturated, and then I just like look at everything, and it's just like, yeah, color has gradually exploded more and more out of my channel, like every month since I started. It's like 2.5 years in now, and it's like, oh, I discovered color. Good. Good for me. You do changes practically every... I do, because it's fun. I really like creating things. I love making new things for stream. It makes me so happy. And this set, I'm going to continue to work on, because I want to make it look a lot better, too. Everything has to change. Everything has to evolve and become better, and eventually I will, be able to do crazier shit without it exploding my computer, but it's one step at a time, right? I at least got this working so it's not like blowing up my computer like it was the first day. I need to figure out better ways to handle the transition from day to night, because I want that to be as streamlined as I possibly can, so I can then automate it and be able to go through like a few different phases of it without it just being the most taxing shit ever. But that's enough of whatever it is I'm talking about. We got a lot to get through today, and I want to make sure to start soon, because we'll get distracted anyway. But yeah, again, I don't know how long the first chapter of this game is, but I'm going to boot it up real quick, because I had it open when I was starting, but then I closed it. Just to make sure I have the game mode set up properly for it. Let's head on over. How's that volume looking? Pretty good, I think. If we need to adjust it, just let me know. They have really good audio settings in these games, so we can just tweak everything indefinitely forever. And it's very funny, you love it. I'm glad. I appreciate that a lot, because I work really hard on it, so I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. And also, yeah, I fixed a bunch of broken sound redeems before stream, because I realized I think I figured out why some stuff was broken, and it should be good now. I mean, I know I figured out why some stuff was broken, because every time you rearrange things to make them, like, a little better, you're going to break something. But yeah, this is Summer at the Edge of the Universe. I think she's Summer, I believe. From the assets I got with the, from the devs, I think she's Summer. And then we got Quinn, Hannah, Izzy, Curiosity. Or they're some, I don't actually know the pronouns. We'll see. Let's get in there, though. Start.
Hey there, Willowmere, and whoever else is listening. This is Summer Nansen, coming at you live from the Willowmere Community Center.
Summer Nansen. It's like a cat. That'd be Nansen with a Y, but basically the same thing. Yeah, if you need more volume from... Because I can, like, adjust the people. I can adjust each individual person and the music separately, which is just really good attention to quality on, like, audio stuff, which is good, because I hate it when a game's just kind of like, here's your audio setting, master volume, nothing else, and then it's just like, cool, let's just have the music drown everything out the entire game, and we'll never know what's going on. We've grown and improved since then. I think it was like, I don't know if it's why, but I remember the first game I played, each character though, yeah. So I think part of the idea for the each character thing is, and I don't know if this is true, this is just my assumption. The first game I played by them came out in 2020 during pandemic time. And at that point in time, voice actors were recording from home. So everyone was kind of sending in their audio from separate studios setups, some maybe very differently oriented than others. And so you probably, even if they adjusted everything, there was like some degree of like audio balancing stuff that they wanted to be like, you know what, we'll just give people that little extra control, which I think is pretty cool. If you have like a smaller cast of characters. Well, obviously you wouldn't be able to pull that in like a huge AAA game with like 50 major characters popping in and out, but for something like this, it works pretty well. Hey there. Okay, yeah, she read that already.
You and I have got a little bit of sunshine left to enjoy. I've been running around setting up chairs and beds all day, so if you don't mind, I'm gonna sit down and get right into the music.
We literally just started the stream and I'm already distracted by something, but it's really important that I get it out now before I forget about it, because I was watching a YouTube React thing where they were watching a bunch of videos, and I can't remember what the name of this thing was, but Atcha, there is a King K. Rool Disney-style, like 10-minute long animated musical on YouTube. Have you seen it? Because it is the best, like, unofficial animation I've ever seen. Yeah, Return to Crocodile. I saw that earlier today and I was blown away by it. It was incredible. And if anyone needs to see it, you need to see it. So I'm glad you know about it, because it blew my mind. Everyone should watch that. Go look that up later. It's super fucking cool. Return to Crocodile Isle. Okay. Anyway, back to the game. But yeah, it was really good. Nintendo, hire these people, please. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, someone mentioned there was the VA from the cartoons. That's super sick. Most of them. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that show's old. It'd be hard to pull them all back together. If it's even possible to pull them all back together. Oh, this jam's good. And yeah, if you need me to turn people up or turn music down, let me know. I think music might be a little high compared to people. I mean, it's lower, but it's close. Just let me know. I hit play and then slide into my seat like a melted ice cream cone as the sound of piano and guitar fade in. Sunlight streams in through the window and I bask like a cat in the beams.
Okay!
Hello, Tuhu. Welcome in. I bask like a cat in the beams. Twilight, my favorite time of the day, comes to greet me personally. Raiding? Cool. I hope you're having a good raiding. What are you reading? Are you reading the papers on the table here? They're kind of hard to read. Kind of chicken scratchy. For the first time since this morning, I'm able to take a moment to relax and breathe. I haven't sat down for hours. I'm not used to having so much to do. Every day, there have been more and more tourists arriving in town, and they've all got to get set up somewhere. They've also got to get fed, get shown around, and tell me cool facts about wherever they're visiting from. It's mandatory. Sometimes I get lost in their stories. I could probably get a lot more done in a day if I wasn't always poking and prodding for more details. Return to Crocodile was that extra push that made you want... Nice! I dig it. I get it. That was like the most quality I've ever seen from like a fan animation on YouTube. So yeah, I would be inspired too. It worked out well then. I've seen your crocodile model. It's very cool. Do the trees where you're from really reach all the way up to the sky? Do the rocks on your planet really squish underfoot when you walk on them? Is it true that the night sky is a different color every night? That's the stuff I want to know and hear about. The kind of stuff I've never gotten to see for myself. For every person like me who's never done or seen anything that's memorable, It seems like there are 2 or 3 who've gone rock climbing in an asteroid belt or helped map out a new planet. After learning about some of these people's lives, I just have to hope that they won't leave Florel disappointed next week. Whoever does this music, I love you. I want you to know that. Since I've been one of the community center's volunteers for a while, I got put in charge of a whole welcome crew. Our main job has been setting up temporary housing for all the folks flying in, but I've ended up running a lot of other errands too. Lo-fi beats to writing too. That's right. Yeah, no, I would listen to this on YouTube. Just turn this on while I'm working in the background. This is good shit. All their games have really good soundtracks, but this one in particular is already won me over. As exhausting as it's been, I don't know what I'll do when things go back to normal in a few days. I've gotten kind of used to falling asleep early and sleeping in late. Could use more Space Banjo. To be fair, though, everything could use more Space Banjo, right? That's just like an instrument that needs to be everywhere. I'm sure my legs will appreciate it, at least. With one song nearing its end, I flip through a list on my phone to pick the next one. But before I can choose, there's a deep reverberation from nowhere that begins to rumble around the room. After the initial surprise wears off, I rest my head on my hands. Here we go again. I disconnect the microphone temporarily to avoid blaring any crazy feedback. The rumbling shifts and loud music fills the air, pouring in from beyond the window. Free track! Okay, that was just like a little thing. That was cool, though. Space Banjo's real? I hear Space Banjo and my mind jumps to, like, a banjo combined with that instrument that's just like the airway, like where you move your hand around and like the waves pick up like the location to make the sound. What do you call those things? I can't remember. They're really neat though. They made a whole video game around Space Banjo. Oh yeah, I mean they didn't make it around, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. The that old shmup. What was that called? Where they just had the dude sitting around with a banjo. If that's what you're talking about. With the weird US box art that was just, like, not relevant whatsoever. Space Banjo makes you think, oh my god, so I've barely played Outer Wilds. I kind of had a little bit of it spoiled for me, but also, you know, not the ending. And also, if you get 30 minutes in, part of that game is spoiled for you anyway. The song everybody plays is really pretty, though. Yeah. Don't remember the name of the game. It's an incredibly 80s name. All like X's and Z's and V's are like everywhere. Phalanx, it's got an X at the end. There you go. Phalanx, that's it. Yeah, everyone, if you have a chance, you should look up the box art for Phalanx. It's a spaceship game, which whoever designed it, designed the box art for it, maybe they got the memo, maybe they didn't care. Who knows? Plucked strings, a distant melody that doesn't exactly sound out of place in this universe. I press my headphones against my ears and turn up my music. Also, hello, DJ. Welcome in. Good to see you. It lasts only a few seconds before it fades away and the shaking disappears with it. With a sigh, I go live again.
Sorry about that, if you heard it. Celestial noise. Same as every other day lately. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty over it. At first, it was all cool and mysterious, but now it's just kinda annoying. Like, it's woken me up a few nights in a row. At least let me hear the whole song.
Notice she has heterochromia, classic anime pro tag. You looked up Space Banjo on YouTube and got Lunar Rhythms 1 hour of ethereal banjo vibrations. I'm gonna have to look that up. That sounds interesting.
Anyway, here's something a lot nicer to listen to. A live clip from Willowmere High's orchestra and choir last week. You'll be able to hear them at the CosCon soon too. Less than a week to go.
Stretching and yawning, I just stare out the window and enjoy the music. From up here, I get the best view of the city that anyone can have. All the way to the edge of Willowmere, and then beyond it. Past the tiny dot that's my own home, through the fields and flowers, and all the way to the distant smudge of Petalstreak. Lately, storm clouds have made even the usual sights a lot more foggy. But the sun has managed to win for now. Even twilight fades away as the glow of the street lamps and buildings take its place. There's a steady trickle of ships returning home from the evenings, and a few taking off for elsewhere. Is the audio level good on the music, chat, or should I turn that down a little bit? I think I got the voices where I want them, but that seems like it could be a smidge high. Before long, a kaleidoscope of colors. Bloom seems fine on mobile. Okay, cool. The warm yellows of home mixing with all the crazy shades from the street signs and shops. Down a tiny bit. Okay, I can do that. Oh, cool menu. Sound. Let's do bloop, bloop, bloop. We'll do that. I don't know how much that was. I'm trying to do more. That seems good. I can identify a lot of them. By shape or by shade. Voice emphasis? Oh wait. Hold up. Voice emphasis. I don't know. Oh, you know what that might be? It might be people saying things when you click on menu options. Or something, I'm not sure. Because it says system. But I don't know. That's interesting. Lots of things to play with there. What are the other options? Borderless full screen, thank you. I always appreciate having that. Texts. Message speed, auto delay. Like, they've got all of the options you could possibly have for a visual novel, which is pretty nice. Skip mode, read only. Text box, light or dark? Oh, wow. That's nice. Yo, hold up. Dyslexic friend. Wait, okay. This is Idem. Atkinson. I guess this Open Dyslexic has more spacing on everything to make that a little easier to work with. That's really cool. What do you mean I don't have live monitoring for the stream? I have all of the audio mixer stuff in front of me, but also builds portions of the words to help focus. Oh yeah, it does. Interesting. Yeah. I see like certain lines on it. That's cool. Playing OBS output through a second set of speakers. I don't have a second set of speakers. I just have my headphones. I do have monitoring going on though, yes. But I can't just switch to something else. No. I'm not doing that level of troubleshooting right now though. I just wanted to check the audio levels and stuff, but we'll do Open Dyslexic. Just for funsies. And if it helps anyone, then there you go. Sound. Voices is its own separate tab, so that's like, yeah, all these characters you can control separately. That's really cool. I can identify a lot of them, by shape or by shade. A crooked neon banner marks Willowmere's premier watering hole. A row of soft blue orbs lights the creek trail. All the evenings I've spent up here have instilled me with a complicated love for this town and planet. Affection mixed with some other kind of feeling. That's true. If you hate a character, you could turn them. I did have a character I turned down in the game that came out in 2020 just because, like, the mic quality was definitely noticeably different. So I turned them down a little bit. So I did actually mess with those settings one time, but usually I don't touch them. It's not nostalgia and it's not melancholy, but it's definitely related to them both. A longing for something that I don't even know. Watching ships go in and out, watching people's windows light up. There's a life and a story behind every one of them, isn't there? I wish there were still new things for me to see out that window. By the time my show comes to an end, 3 hours after I started, things have gone from bustling to empty. That's nothing new either. On the day that I do my show, I'm usually the last to leave. The community center is such a part of everyone's life that most people just call her Cece, like an old friend. Weirdos like me say her instead of it. Sometimes when I'm bored, I'll daydream about what I think she'd be like if she was an actual person. I mean, to be fair, that's what people do that with, like, cars and boats and stuff, too. Maybe I have a little too much time on my hands. Not gonna lie, the setting's actually helping me read this better. Because
Good night, Volomir.
don't have dyslexia, but I have a different eye thing. So this is actually kind of helpful. Even if there's no one listening anymore, it always feels like I should say something before switching off the lights. Boats are biologically all female. It's true. It's true. That's why they talk about that in boat biology books, which probably exist somewhere. Take my word for it. I hum to myself as I get on the elevator. Some nights I'll take the stairs down. Tonight is definitely not one of them. Through the glass windows, I watch Cece's floors flow past. Helps keep your eyes on the page. Yeah, no, definitely. I've got, like, a thing where, like, the more I focus my attention on, like, reading, it's, like, specifically when I'm focused in on a very specific tiny little area, one of my eyes just kind of, like, defocuses while the other one focuses in. And it's specifically with, like, the detail stuff. Like, if I'm just focused on, like, a small little point, one of my eyes will just lose its focus. And it's just a neurological thing that happens that has been unfixable for me. So little things like this are very helpful, because even with glasses, that little extra helps. Although I'm not using my glasses right now, which I probably should, but whatever, it's fine. Just keep them on my head and be stylish. Through the glass windows, I watch Cece's floors flow past. Besides a huge digital archive of everything everywhere ever written, there's a pretty big collection of real ink and paper books. It's one of the only ones in our local planetary system. Sometimes Mom stays here browsing until closing time. You saw a thing where capitalizing every first letter of a word breaks up text enough so that ADHD and dyslexic people have an easier time keeping the flow of words? Hell yeah, it does. Yeah, the ADHD factors into it too. Because there's the vision aspect, which makes it harder to focus. But also the ADHD. Like, if I try to read something that's like more than like a page long, or even something that's more than like a couple paragraphs long, I'll be able to read through it just fine. But then after the fact, I'll realize that, like, oh, I was reading, but I didn't absorb like 2/3 of what I just read, and I don't know what the shit just happened. But it's an hour later, and I've been reading this whole time, and I missed the entirety of this book I've been working on. Like, it's infuriates your OCD. It does help me though. Like, Booba's message was super easy for me to read right now. Like, that does help keep the focus for sure. It's really bad though. It's so bad, especially as a college student. I hate it. These floors look kind of lonely as I pass them by. Pretty much every light in the building is out. Ironically, when I write, I use just nothing but lowercase letters, so I'm just setting myself up for failure. The elevator dings to a stop, and I step out into a sitting area with plenty of plush chairs. During the day, every one of them is occupied. It's about letter weighting, because ADHD people just see wall of text and skim through it, but breaking up the text makes your eyes focus on each word. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because I have, because of the focus thing I have, the ADHD factors into it, and then also, I actually have a harder time with the up and down than the left and right. Keeping the line straight is very challenging for me, and that does make it harder to focus. And because it's harder to focus, I just don't, because my brain is like, fuck it, don't bother. Even though I'm trying, really trying. But yeah, like I've had to deal with like multiple terms in a row of university where I'll have teachers who will be like, "Oh yeah, we just scanned a bunch of old like textbooks from like 50 years ago." And they'll just be like these really low quality scans, and it's like very densely packed together lines of text, and it's just kind of like, you just gave me 30 pages of hell, and then I'll try to read it like many times over and like barely be able to scratch the surface of it. But I'm almost done. I'm almost done with that, and that'll be nice. Maybe someone made a medical breakthrough here today, or put the finishing touches on a new masterpiece of literature. Maybe there's a pair of young lovers who settled on what planet to visit for their honeymoon. It is setting you up to fail. But I don't think it's necessarily always aggressive. Sometimes it's just ignorance on the teacher's part, because it's like, oh, this is fine for me. I don't know what your problem is. That kind of thing. I find it a lot easier to read really old text typed out on typewriters. Well, old text on typewriters often has a bigger emphasis on serifs. Like the fonts themselves won't be super. They'll be pretty simple fonts, but I think that the whole point of serifs, the little like lines that go on the top of like the limbs of the letters, like the top of your K has like a little line at the top of each of the points instead of just coming to a point, and that makes it a lot easier for your brain to kind of process it. I think it's a similar concept to the capitalization thing with the ADHD you were just doing there. And then sans serif is like, look at your Twitch chat right now. That's sans serif. You don't have any of that stuff in there. The letter weighting is very different, very a lot less uniform than digital text. Yeah, the uniformity makes it a lot harder to keep track of, because just everything is like a little square. Trooper for pushing through it and doing your best. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's taken longer than it should, but I'm almost done. Almost. I read this one already. Anyway, sorry for all the breaks. Except not really. A little bit. People who are not here for the discussion and just here for the game, I'm sorry for the breaks. I pass through the lobby silently and step out into the cool night air. No, I welcome distractions. It's all good. I've been inside long enough for some of the clouds to roll back in and threaten me with rain. Also, I'll say, distracting myself again, but it's relevant to this, I have a much easier time, not just because of the text option we turned on, but visual novels help with the ADHD part a lot, because they'll break the text up into like little chunks. And then they'll also add a bunch of visual stimulus to the screen with the text on it. And you also have music with the text on it. So you have like a billion things tying you to what you're reading and kind of demanding your attention. Helps a lot. Everything should be typed giddy up STD to make it easier to read. I don't know that font. I'll have to check it later. Everything should be typed in Jokerman. Not to make it easier to read, just because I want the world to be in pain. When I was younger, I used to think that puddles were portals to other worlds. Silly kid stuff, I know, but I jumped headfirst into a lot of puddles, hoping to see something new on the other side. All I ever got, of course, were wet socks and 2 ticked-off moms when I got home. But that never stopped me from jumping. Pretty sure that's a font name, but it is a pretty concerning font name when you think about it. I miss that version of me sometimes. The younger, more naive Summer. Font from Photoshop 2. Lowercase I is dotted with a star? Oh, that's sick. I love that. I like heart dotting for eyes. That makes me happy. That's just what you do when you're writing with the fancy pen in your notebook. And you're like, I got a pretty pen, and I'm going to make a little sparkly heart for an eye dot. Even if the ends are just animated stories instead of games, that's pretty cool. It is. It is. And actually, it might, like, I do more reading with this stuff. I read more in games than I do actual books because of my issues with reading. Games make it more accessible for me, but then I get super deep into, like, lore in games. Or, like, hell, when we were playing Homebody, it's just like, I'll read 20 pages of Dracula or something, whatever, it's fine. It's because there's, like, so much pulling me to the experience. It helps. I miss that version of me sometimes. The younger, more naive Summer. Here I am, more than 10 years later, trying to avoid puddles on my walk home. Fireflies flicker, just like the city lights on the horizon. There's a chalk drawing on the park sidewalk that's been washed away by the rain. There's something about this time of year that makes me think of back then more than usual. I guess it's cliche since I'm named after it, but summer has always been my favorite season. Interest-based focus. Yeah, exactly. And I can even be interested in a book thing too. Like, even with free reading, if I'm really into it, it helps. But having my other senses open to distractions like that, if I'm not 110% engaged in something, those distractions will definitely break through and steal me away. Reading work material is the worst because you just do not... Yeah, that's the roughest. There's the season for dreaming big and making plans for the breaks. Those plans never took my friends and me anywhere more exciting than a sleepover at each other's houses. But that was enough. And we always swore that someday we'd go on a real adventure together. Even though it's been 4 years since we all parted ways, I can't help but get a little wistful. Nowadays, it's the season for seeing groups of kids come to visit Cece just like we used to, and being on the other side of the reception desk. The walk home only takes 20 minutes or so. I cross the bridge outside our house and quietly enter the front door. All the lights are off, including in Mom and Ma's room, so they must both be asleep already. I kick off my shoes at the door and head upstairs silently, being careful to step over the squeaky fourth stair. Sneaking in like this is a bit nostalgic itself. The main difference is that this time I'm not trying to avoid getting caught. I just don't want to disturb my parents. She did do the Fugi Hop. Fugi Hop goes very well with Vians, I feel. When you think about it, most VTubing stuff kind of ties back to gaming. Because, like, I mean, there's a lot of obvious connections, but, like, Fugis are very similar to characters in visual novels. And then with Live 2D, like, that stuff's been in mobile games for years. Like, before VTubers were a thing, all the not all of them, but a lot of gacha games were using it, too. Before I head up to my room, I shut off the lights in the greenhouse. Ma always keeps it on for me when I stay out late.
Good night.
Good night. If I say it to the empty radio room, it's only fair that I say it to the plants too, right? In my bedroom, I start to get ready for bed, but before I climb in, I go to take one last look out my window. If I'm lucky, I'll get a full night's sleep tonight, one without an earful of noise from another universe shocking me awake. If there's one thing I didn't get from my moms, it's their ability to just fall right back asleep. When it first started a few weeks ago, I thought the otherworldly sounds were going to be the beginning of something extraordinary. It didn't take long for it to just become something plain old ordinary. Despite the clouds, something up in the sky catches my eye. A tiny little light streaks across the horizon. A shooting star. The legend that wishing upon a star would make your wish come true is one that I stopped believing in a long time ago. But still,
I wish...
It couldn't hurt, right?
I wish... something good would happen.
That's a pretty broad wish. I feel like you might be okay. As long as, like, you don't just, like, combust into flames in the next 5 minutes, I think you should be good. Oh, shit, you're right. Oh, damn it. She didn't plan that far ahead. It's rough.
I'm not too picky about what. Just something bigger than me.
Considering how broad that
I
wish
could
is,
really
that's
use
unfortunate.
some kind of sign that I won't be like this forever. Because that's what it feels like lately.
I don't even know what to wish for exactly. I hope that whoever's out there listening to wishes can figure out what I mean.
I wish I knew how to change.
The light starts to get a little bit bigger and brighter, and I realize it's not a shooting star at all. It's just a ship coming into land. Full of all of my best friends and potential soulmates, and someone here to give me a check for 1 trillion space dollars. Could be our big break. Or just like intergalactic manure transport. Could be that too. Hopefully not that one. Its headlights streak overhead before it lands downtown somewhere. I sigh and that turns into a yawn. But listen, the manure would be good for the garden, and then the plants can grow big and strong, so hey, it'd still be a positive. Giving new meaning to the term poop deck, pretty much, yeah. It would be a poop deck. I bet... I don't know. There must be cases where manure is transported by ship, right? And anyone who's on that ship probably has to get, like, really, really overly done jokes about poop decks, and then they're like, don't say it. Don't say it, Todd. Do not, I know what you're gonna... God damn it, Todd. And then they just, like, that's their life every single day. It was funny the first 5 times. But then, it became too real. The USG Ishimura coming to bring multi-armed friends for everyone on Earth to enjoy lots of hugs from. Aww! So sweet. I hope they're good hugs, and it doesn't backfire or anything. It'll always be that person. Always the same person. That's their bit. It's the working hard or always working person on the team. You know the one. Samayuni, hello, Justerfly. Yeah, we're playing it today. I wanted to get it in before I did not have time to stream anything, so we got it in today. But welcome in. So far, I'm enjoying it. The soundtrack has been killer. I sigh, and that turns into a yawn. Shutting off the light at last, I climb into bed and try to get cozy. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? Maybe wishes can come true without a star anyway. Maybe if you're wishing on a spaceship, you have to say it out loud. That's where it flips, right? The next morning, I go downstairs to a house that's already woken up without me. Hello, Raz. The window's open, a breeze rustling the curtains. It brings the smell of wildflowers into the kitchen, along with the earthy smell of my parents' garden. In the corners of the living room, the pile of camping gear that I had to dodge in the dark last night had grown. A new lantern, as well as the matching blankets that Ma loves, have been tucked under the tents. Just missed your, third live of your life, Summer, for you need sleep. Sadly, must miss your, third live of your life, Summer. Got it. We'll get some good sleep. Thank you for coming by. Good to see you. There's always a VOD. Love of your life. That makes sense. You must miss, the third love of your life, where you need sleep. But yeah, get some good sleep. Summer will always be here when you get up, in VOD form or on some other channel, or on your own computer. Hi, VOD Justerfly. Hello. Hello, I'm waving, but I can't wave anymore. That was only with the VR, I guess. Yeah, sleep well. My parents themselves are nowhere in sight, but there's a cup of coffee with my name on it. Oh, hell yeah. Literally, my name is on the mug. That was a Ma holiday project a few years ago. You have a Stream Deck folder of Summerlines? That's great. I have that for a couple characters, but it was for like stream asset purposes. And they're unlabeled, which is a real pain in the butt. I take a seat at the counter where the screen is on and set to the local news. I half listen as I stir some of Mom's homemade vanilla syrup into my coffee and stare out the window.
That's right, Ted. It's looking like another gray day in Willamere. And of course, there's one question that's on everyone's mind. Is this rain going to be gone by next week? We've caught up with a couple of off-worlders who are visiting Florel for the first time in order to catch the cosmic concurrence that's supposed to happen. Only problem is, they're not sure if they're going to be able to see it.
Had a brain folder for Fallout New Vegas? When you say that, do you mean brain voice clips? I haven't actually played New Vegas. So when you say that, and I just imagine it's a brain in a jar hooked up to a thing that's talking for the brain, if that's what you meant. Since that would make sense. That still fits with Fallout. You hear that Prim got a new nuclear winter? What an asshole. Hello, Captain Stump. Thank you for the nothing. You're wasting your points. Enjoy. The camera shifts the focus on a pair standing close by.
Hey, I know them.
Well, kinda. Their silver skin and second pair of eyes stick out in my memory, at least. I don't remember their names, but I met them a couple days ago when they first arrived on our planet. I helped them find their way to the Temp Lodge where they're staying in one of the wings of the City Hall. Congrats on first, Asha. You did it. I just added that redeem, so you really are the first one. I talked to the reporter for a bit about how they came all the way from another star system and decided to visit for a few days and make it a whole vacation. No, there's only one of them, and it's gone forever. I did it right. When we met, they asked me for recs on what to do or see while they're in town. I pointed out all my favorite places to get a snack, or folks whose goods are worth checking out, and spots like the swimming docks and Cece. But that's about as exciting as it gets here on Florel. Mobile is funky. They update it all the time, and I'm always excited to see what they fix, and then nothing is actually fixed. They just updated like some random thing that I never even bother with. The best thing is when you minimize a stream on mobile, and then you try to make it full screen, and then you just have redeems and chat covering the entire screen, and you can't even see the video anymore, and all the weird orientations that will happen that you just have to I guess I have to kill the app and start over. Great work, Twitch. I hope their trip ends up being worth it in the end. After I finish breakfast, I clean up the kitchen and then myself, taking a quick shower and getting dressed for the day. Wonder how alien germs and earth germs would interact with each other. I think it's probably it varies a lot, I would assume. I would never expect it to be great, but I'm sure there's a lot of variance. I'll be helped out at the school again this afternoon, but I made sure to... I'll be helping out at the school again this afternoon, but I made sure to keep my morning free. As I grab my coat and get ready to go, I notice a basket with a note by the door. Sum, Ma, and I went out to make some deliveries. This one is for Aletha. I guess it wouldn't be Sum, it'd be Sum, because summer. For Aletha. Don't eat them all yourself. I take a peek into the basket, spotting a bunch of cherry tomatoes. I pluck one for myself and then head out the door. The note just said not to eat them all, not to not eat any. So I just eat one more. No one will notice. so I just eat one more. No one will notice. Anyway, the basket's empty now. Mom and Ma have a pretty huge garden out in the backyard, plus there's the greenhouse upstairs. Since we always have a ton of fruit and vegetables and flowers, way more than our family of 3 can eat or admire, we give them away at a local market every week, or drop things off at people's homes directly. Yeah, I feel like, there's probably been some degree of scientific development on how they would manage alien and human diseases interacting with the other species, but it probably wasn't necessarily the best when it first started. I would imagine probably the opposite. That's the whole War of the Worlds thing, right? Or no, that might have not been a disease. That might have just been weather. I can't remember. Yeah, because they'd be extra foreign. Makes sense. Sometimes folks have special requests like off-world spices or medicinal plants, and my parents will do their best to grow them. One of the chores I hated most growing up was watering all the plants in the greenhouse. It seemed so pointless, since there are a million different machines that could have done it for us. It took me a while to realize that was the whole point. I don't mind it as much now. In fact, it's kind of rewarding to watch the little sprouts grow under my care. Even though I felt kind of mopey going to bed last night, today is a new day. There's a few patches of blue sky, even with clouds still covering most of it. A few ships pass by overhead, probably on their way to Petal Streak. I got my pilot's license a few days ago, but I haven't flown since then. Anytime we go camping, my parents and I always take the train as close as we can. We don't have a personal ship. Hardly anyone in Willowmere does. Today, if I wanted to, I could take one of the local shuttle lines at the town and get dropped off close to Aletha's place. I don't mind walking, though, especially when it's nice out. It's not that I dislike Florel or anything. I like it a lot, actually. Its famous fields of flowers and flowing rivers always cheer me up when I'm down. I really am glad to live in a place this beautiful. What bugs me is that it's all I've ever known and seen. And what bugs me even more is that I know a lot of that is my own fault. It's not hard to go off-world. Almost anyone can do it. There are dozens of passenger ships that take off from Petal Streak every day. Cece watches over me from not too far away. You can see her from just about anywhere in Willowmere. In fact, I don't know of anywhere in town that you can't see her. I come to a stop at a set of railway tracks, which makes a sort of boundary between the outskirts of town, where we live, and town itself. Behind me is a wide field dotted with flowers. Ahead of me, the buildings are much taller and closer together than the scattered houses like mine. That's a pretty city. I like it. So do they not have... It's all grassy. It's weird looking at the ground, because it's like very urban, but then you see like the fully how floral it is. That's a pretty combo. I like it. But also I'm like a big fan of, this is not post-apocalyptic by any means of the imagination, but I like the cities that are like filled to the brim with plants thing, and like that happens with post-apocalyptic a lot, except the buildings are run down. So it's nice to see like the alternate pretty thriving city with a ton of green stuff everywhere. To protect Florel's environment, mining for natural resources is super limited. Instead, we import a lot of ores and minerals from the nearby Stana asteroid belt or other traders. Congrats on first Daco9767845. Also, thank you for the follow yesterday. You're the first person to get that. Good work. Did you know Larkspur's head is load-bearing? I can believe that. Seems pretty reasonable. I feel like horns will do that for you, right? The load-bearing head thing's a meme? Could be. You never know. That means we make most buildings out of simple materials compared to some other higher-tech planets. Hello, Lark. You know what has wicked architecture? What's keeping your hands off Aizoken. I need to watch more of that. I watched the first couple episodes and I just kind of like... Again, it's not that I fall off of it because I enjoyed what I saw. I just forget. I just forget things exist after a little while, but what I saw of it was really good. I don't remember the architecture, though. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. It had a fun art style for the characters, though, so I can imagine that in the rest of the world, too. That means we make most buildings out of simple materials, compared to some other higher-tech planets. It gives towns like Willowmere a laid-back atmosphere that lots of visitors lately have been calling quaint. Making my way downtown, walking fast, down the familiar streets, I greet the people passing by with a smile or wave. It's the first day in a while that's sunny enough to dry clothes from the balcony or toss a ball back and forth. Finally, I reach Aletha's building and take the elevator up to her floor, and then knock. Door opens just a second later, courtesy of a small robot. Thanks, little robot. They must have been waiting for me.
Summer, come on in, honey. How have you been?
Hi, Aletha.
Morning!
I lean down to give her a hug.
I've been good. I've missed you. Can't believe it's been a week.
You're telling me. Here I am, counting down the days on my calendar.
Oh, stop.
We head into the living room and I sit down, holding out the gift I've been carrying.
These are for you, from Mom and Ma with love.
I give her the basket of cherry tomatoes that Ma picked for her. Yeah. Like, even though they're like PNGs, they do a lot to animate them. Which, you know, you got like the standard like Fugi fare with like the blinks and stuff and the talking animation, but like, I like when they have the cutouts like interact, because it's like, yeah, obviously that doesn't look like real animation, but it's cute and charming.
Oh, thank you. And thank your mothers for me.
That's a cool wheelchair. She has like not a scroll wheel. The mice where they have the ball on the top. I don't know what you call those. Trackball. Yeah, it's like a trackball wheelchair. I like that. It's fancy. Oh no, I think that's just like a hand thing, because I see one on the other side too. Okay, never mind. I was thinking it was a trackball. Maybe it is. I don't know. Trackball wheelchair would own. She hovers over it looking for the perfect tomato and pops one into her mouth. I love cherry tomatoes.
You can tell they're fresh off the vine. Nobody grows a better garden than your parents, huh?
Hello, BB. You could play TF2 with it, although I'd have to try. I'm so used to traditional mice. That would feel odd. That'd be an adjustment for sure. You always be having cherry tomatoes in your fridge. It's good stuff. I do sometimes when I remember to buy groceries.
Yeah, they're pretty incredible.
I sprawl out in the living room in a comfy chair while Aletha rolls to the kitchen, putting the tomatoes away.
Tea, honey?
Both, please.
One of our traditional jokes. A moment later, and she comes back out with a steaming teapot that she must have also had waiting for me. Aletha makes her own blends, something using fruits and spices that we give her, and they're always delicious. This one has a deep rosy color and smells like one of Ma's orchards. I take a sip and it's both sweet and tangy.
This is good. New flavor?
Finished it this morning. You think it's a winner?
I take another sip.
Maybe it's a little too sweet?
I was thinking that too. Well, it'll be back to the kitchen this afternoon until I get it right.
You entering one of Mr. Maza's contests again?
Of course. I can't lose 2 years in a row. My pride won't let me.
Her hands are a bit shaky as she sets the teapot down on the table. It's been hard noticing how that happens to her more and more often lately. The little robot zooms over to assist. I've been coming by since I was a teenager. At first, getting to know Aletha was just a homework assignment, but we ended up getting along so well that I just never stopped visiting. Sometimes she feels like my third mother, or maybe my fourth grandmother.
So, you still busy getting ready for the Who Saw What's It?
I'd love the Who Saw What's It.
The CosCon?
Are you guys going to the Who Saw What's It later? I hope you are. I haven't figured out my costume for it yet, though. I might just go as like a Gundam box or something. Keep it simple.
Right, that's the one. The name slipped my mind for a bit.
But Who Saw What's It? It's the biggest event of the year. Probably. According to me, it is.
Wish that could be me. Yeah, it's been the center of my life for like a month now. And basically everyone else's.
I miss going to cons. I want to go back to cons.
Even my mom's. Like, you wouldn't even think we're going on our camping trip next month. Most years, it's all they'll be thinking about for months ahead. But they still haven't even figured out what to pack. A lot of people are coming from off-world to see it. Me and the rest of Cece's helpers have been setting them up with places to stay while they're here. And my parents are helping with all the cooking.
You don't sound all that excited about it yourself.
I would absolutely go to the Who's a What's It with you. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm just not getting my hopes up, that's all. It's still Florel, after all. I know better.
Spoken like a true jaded old grump.
You're old.
Hey now! Nobody knows what to expect. Even the scientists who calculated that it's gonna happen. All they know is that in 4 days, our universe is going to slide past another one.
You don't think it's an anime convention. But when you call it CosCon, I want to think it's an anime convention.
There was this whole thing on TV explaining how they figured it out, but once they started using math with letters in it, I stopped paying attention.
Yeah, it makes sense.
When the sky started making all that noise, I let myself get excited. But if the cosmic concurrence itself is gonna be that disappointing too, then I'll just be glad when it's over.
Last time we played a game where people were going to look at cool space stuff, a murderer showed up and they ended up in a meat house in a time loop. Honestly, I think Summer probably has it a lot better than them. Wouldn't that take billions of years? Not if you're in magic space. Yeah, people should play Homebody. It's really good. But the entire Homebody, the premise of Homebody was it was meeting up with friends to look at a cool meteor shower thing. And then you don't get to see any meteors. Just get stabbed a bunch. Like a bunch.
Is it really that bad? I still haven't heard a peep from the sky myself. Maybe there's some silver lining to not hearing so good anymore.
You're really not missing much. Music and sound from another universe.
That's a great face,
Just
by the
saying
way.
it like that makes it sound cooler than it is. Maybe if it was more than a few seconds at a time and didn't wake me up every night.
Chuckling, Aletha takes a contented sip of tea and smacks her lips. Then she sets it aside and looks at me with a knowing smile.
So, I take it you're not even gonna go see it then?
I'm still gonna watch, of course, as long as there's anything to watch. Speaking of which, you're totally gonna see it with me, right?
Oh, it sounds like it'll be well past my bedtime. I'll watch it on TV if I'm awake. Besides, you've got better things to do than to be spending all your time with an old fogey like me.
No, that's a lot of effort. I'd rather come here, thank you.
Uh-huh. Like what?
You should be telling me that. Your youth isn't gonna come around a second time, you know.
I know. I'm just figuring stuff out still. Besides, what would you do without me, huh?
That one old fogey, please.
I suppose I'd have to find someone else to try my tea. Now tell me why I feel like I've heard that one before.
This song rules. What the hell? I groan and press a pillow against my face.
Probably because I've been saying that for a few years now, right? There's just one thing holding me back, and her name is Summer.
Oh, I think we've met her.
You really telling me that there's at least 2 universes out there, and you still can't find one thing that gets you excited?
Ouch. It sounds a lot worse when you put it that way. I don't know. I don't know what I am.
First you know, now you don't know. Which is it?
I'm still trying to figure that out, too.
Picking my legs up in the air, I roll myself into a sitting position.
I know I've been saying the same thing for forever now, but nothing I've tried really grabs me. You've seen me try drawing, birdwatching, now dancing.
Acting.
Oh, no, don't remind me, but yeah, acting too. See what I mean?
Summer and Miho should have an act off to see who can play the better tree. Miho would probably take it, like easy. But I still want to see it.
You've got your show, though. I know I'm not the only one who listens to it every week.
I guess so, but that's just me talking about myself and playing music that I like. You can get both of those anytime you want, you know? Like right now.
I pretend I'm in the radio room, talking into the mic.
Coming at you live from Aletha's house, this is Summer's Pity Party, where everyone's invited.
Ooh.
I'm your host, Summer Nansen, and today you're gonna hear me complain about the same stuff I always do.
I love Pity Party. Aletha grins.
It's my favorite radio program.
Leaving her mug next to mine, Aletha wheels herself over to one of the windows. She also likes to watch the world go by, just like I do. It's one of the things we first bonded over way back when.
You know, I've had a pretty good life myself. Been to a lot of places, seen my
Puddles
fair
Pity
share
Party.
of the stars. After I met William, we zipped around all over this galaxy and that.
That's the clown who does the covers, right? I think that's the clown who does like covers of popular music, but it's all like classy and I don't know what genre to call that. The 7-foot-tall clown. Yeah.
But before that, I was just like you, waiting for adventure to find me instead of going out and finding it myself. I spent years dreaming about what ifs instead of making them happen. Once I got myself out there and saw more of what I was missing, I felt pretty silly for not doing it sooner. I don't think there's anyone who gets to be my age today and looks back wishing they'd done less. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with taking things slow and just letting life happen to you. But before you know it, you'll be an old woman staring out the window, and then you'll wish you'd really lived instead of just existed.
That's true. It's very wise. What's this? We are playing the first chapter of a new game from Studio Lawn, the people who made Please Be Happy, also Hello Rocket. This game will be coming out next year. It's called The Edge of the Universe. And the soundtrack kicks so much ass. Yes, welcome. I get up from my spot and go give Aletha another big hug. I have to be careful not to squeeze too tight. Feeling her bony frame in my arms. Sometimes it's easy to forget she's as old as she is, with the way she always keeps busy. It's really good. Grandma story route. No, not everyone is a route. Not everyone's a route, Rocket. Yeah, I think that's a sax. Or maybe it was like emulating a sax. I know you do. Even in the few years that I've known her, I've watched her slow down. The reason I convinced her to get a robot to help her out was because there are more and more things she's not able to do by herself. She's one of those people who doesn't like having stuff done for her. Still, I'm glad there's someone to help her out when I'm not around, since she doesn't have any family left. She pats me on the shoulder as I sit back down.
Don't waste your youth, honey. That's all I'm trying to say.
I don't want to. I just need to figure out what it is that makes me happy. At least I know plenty of things that it's not.
You're still dancing?
Yes, for dating
though?
the robot. Now you get it.
Technically, when my body lets me. But it's not something I'm really into, I guess. It just kills some time and helps me keep healthy.
Well, you know I'll be here to hear about it when you decide on what you're doing next.
I know, you always are.
The morning passes quickly and into the afternoon until it's time for me to head out. Usually I'd go to Cece, but today I'm headed straight for my old school. That means a quick walk to the closest train station. I managed to snag my favorite seat by the window, but I don't pay much attention to the view as it whizzes past. Instead, I'm busy thinking about Oletha's words. Wasting my youth, huh? It's not the first time she's mentioned it, but today it hits a little bit differently. I can't help but feel stuck, like I'm running in place. Wonder if the universes are phasing through each other or just passing each other at the fringes. Don't know. I assume they're just passing each other. But who's to say? How are you supposed to find yourself if you don't know what you're looking for? The first few raindrops start to fall as we reach the station and I disembark.
Figures.
Pulling my coat tighter around myself, I head towards the high school. Squelching through the mud, I hurry as fast as I can. The station gets me pretty close, but I still have to cross the field and most of the campus to get to the school's entrance.
Should have brought an umbrella.
Should have brought an umbrella. I think I forgot mine. I think I forget mine more than I remember it. A few other folks are milling about, and a stranger holds the main door for me as I go inside. There's a hot coffee station set up near the front, which is my first stop. I wish... Is that a thing schools have? Is that what I missed out? My college... I haven't gone to a high school, but my college does not have a hot coffee station at the door when I get there. This seems cool. I would like to go to school here, please. Rewind the clock so I can go to the coffee school. Please. If they're just passing each other, you couldn't see it for billions of years, though. Maybe it's the other then. Coffee station at high school? At the cool high school in this place here. Okay. Maybe not traditional Earth schools. Traditional 2023 Earth, our world timeline schools. I would go to coffee school and be caffeinated all day. Hello, mister. Welcome, welcome. Your high school had an actual coffee stand in it? Sick. It had an actual sub. Wow. So your high school seems kind of like a university, sorta. Because that's like food court stuff like that is more common at like universities, I think. But I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It is very fancy. When I started coming here a couple weeks ago for prep work, it was the first time I'd been back in this school since my friends and I graduated nearly 5 years ago. So we're probably like 23 or something. Walking through those doors as an adult was a surreal feeling. Not that long ago, I was here every day. Now I'm an outsider, someone who doesn't belong anymore. I don't know if 500 is a lot or a little, to be completely honest with you. That seems like a big number. Because then, like, that's... What, they're usually like 4 grades or 3 grades? So like 1,500 or 2,000 people or something total? Your high school had vending machines. I mean, it depends where you live, but like, or like 2,500 total. I mean, that seems reasonable. Because, like, I live in an area where, like, you probably have, like, 1,000 people in every class. Although I don't know, because I'm not familiar with the school system. But, I think if you averaged it out for the entire, like, country, like the entirety of the United States, it's probably not that out there. There are a lot of small towns that probably have smaller schools. And a lot more of that than there are big schools. Big schools are just kind of insane. We graduated with a class of 300. Yours was 700 and graduated was 250. It was a regional high school for like 200,000 people, though. Huh. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a big number. I'm gonna say 250,000, but that's not how math works. Close enough. I don't mind that too much. Who wants to go back to high school anyway? But it does make me miss some of the people. 3 of them in particular. Although it's not like I ever stopped missing them. When we all walked out of the school for the last time, I thought that was just the beginning of our time together. Hannah, Quinn, Izzy. We'd been friends for over half our lives at that point. It just made sense that the freedom of adulthood was where things would really start. I sure wasn't expecting that to fall apart less than a year later. If you told me then that we'd eventually go for 4 years and counting without speaking, there's no way I'd have believed it. And yet, here we are. Sighing to clear my head, I focus on the task list in front of me. Everyone else is working hard, so I can't slack off either.
Let's see. Pretty much what I expected.
I mean, like, while I don't have the traditional education experience to go off of, I do have experience living in an area and then moving to a different area and being like, yeah, we're gonna keep in touch and I'll just come by and we'll see each other and do things, and then just none of that ever happening. So I feel like that's pretty uniform. Oi, oi, hello, Ika, welcome in. The list of tasks isn't long, but each of them is going to take me a while. I have to set up the seating for one of the viewing rooms, figure out the display situation, and then put together the menu and ingredient list for my mom's. Both of them were super excited to be helping out. Unlike me, they love the idea of coming back here. They say it brings back nice memories for them too, although they're way different from my own. Mom's from Florel, but not Willowmere, and Ma from a different planet. So, neither of them spent as much time here as I did. Hey, Minaxi. Did you guys finish the movie? Probably. That would make sense. That was a while ago, huh? All they have are the memories of my school events and parent-teacher conferences. In other words, the parts I barely remember myself. Yeah, I've seen it before. I really liked it. I like the new lore for Brawly more than the old lore. I'm not like a super invested fan of the series, but I enjoyed what I saw of it. I get it though. I'm sure I'll be the same way if I ever have kids of my own someday.
Alright, first up, chair time.
The main auditorium's already been set up, but we're expecting to have more people than can fit in there, so we put together a few overflow rooms too. You love a new Brawly, he's your husband? Good. I'm happy for you too. Yeah, the newer one. Yeah, like, again, I just feel weird being in these discussions because, like, I've watched a lot of stuff, but I've never been, like, invested, right? But there was this theater where I was living for a while that would always show anime stuff, so I'd usually just try to catch any of them. And it's like, I know enough of Dragon Ball to watch this. And, I know that it was, like, the old movies weren't canon and the new movies are, so it was kind of a redo. But they made him a really fun character. All of the desks and usual school stuff have been cleared out, so I need to set up temporary chairs for people to use. I find a cart full of them and take it back to the first room that I'm assigned to. You don't watch the series, but you like the movies. Yeah, I'm trying to watch Superhero soon because I really want to see that. I have not kept up with Super at all, although I liked what I saw of Super. It kind of leaned more into like the goofiness that I liked the most, because I like the early Dragon Ball stuff, and parts of Z I like, but generally I liked the early stuff. Where the fights were briefer and there was just a lot more weird, goofy in between stuff. And I think Super kind of felt kind of like somewhere in the middle from what I saw of it, which was nice. Loved Brawly as a kid, just as a character, but now his personality and lore isn't stupid. Being more of a caveman makes way more sense. Yeah. The ceiling's already been decorated with tie-dyed cotton, and there's a hand-painted welcome sign taped up to one wall. Speckled in toddler finger paint. Little by little, things are coming together. I can't deny how satisfying it is to see. Going from room to room, I unload and unfold so many chairs that it becomes almost like its own dance routine. There's a rhythm to it all that I keep up, just to entertain myself. The one episode of DBZ where they shouted? Ah, yes, the singular episode where they were yelling at each other in a fight. I remember that one alright. Only happened one time, it was kind of crazy. Definitely not a way to drag something out for like 7 episodes in a row or anything like that. Even this takes me back, in its own way. Normally, Izzy'd be all over this kind of job. Dummy work, as she'd call it, aka something even a dummy like her can do. Totaled them to air 22 straight minutes of shouting. Oh yeah, very on guard. I did watch Yu Yu Hakusho a lot growing up. I was married to Kurama and Koto, both of them. It was a very, very nice relationship I had with these fictional characters, and very real. But I like the pacing of that show. Because, like, every major fight was like an episode long, except for one. There was like one fight that was like 5 episodes long, which was like very abnormal. But everything else on the show was pretty brisk about it. And to be fair, there was a lot of crazy shit that happened in the middle of the long one. It wasn't just drawn out for 5 episodes. And also it had split personalities, and it had like major crazy character development stuff. But still could have been a little shorter. Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho's great. I love it. I managed to get things done on my own anyway. 4 rooms and an uncountable number of seats later, I'm finally finished. On other planets, people don't do stuff like this by hand. It's pretty much unheard of. There are robots who could do what I did in just half the time and with way fewer snack breaks. Snack breaks are the best part, though. Here on Florel, though, people just like doing things the old-fashioned way, even if that makes it the hard way, too. Once I'm rested up, it's on to my next task, making sure the displays are all set up for the viewing. For that, I'll need to go to the tech lab. I didn't watch much in general as a kid, but it was such a wonderful high school memory for you. Yeah! Yeah. I don't know when was that for me? I feel like it was a little young for me. Or a little younger for me when it was out. But I remember I had to figure out how to, record the episodes, because they'd play them at stupid times. Did I accidentally enter auto-progress mode? I did. Oh, shit. Hold up. No. I hit the hotkey for auto on accident and fucked things up. So let's, find the log. There we go.
Hey there! Are you okay?
Please quit progressing. Sorry about that. I think tab was, auto-progress, and I didn't realize it. I can still automatically follow the path, the time spent away, no match for the years I spent here. But as I'm passing through yet another empty hallway, I spot something unexpected. Just up ahead, seemingly frozen in place, is a kid with their back to me. I can see their head turning, trying to decide which direction to go. They're probably here with one of their parents, and we're kinda deep in the depths of the school, so it's easy to get lost. I put on a big smile, pretty used to handling children. And then...
Hey there! Are you okay?
Also, the fact that you can replay the audio is very nice. If you do something dumb like I just did. You're buying them on DVD seasons? Yeah, I have the DVDs for that one. That's one of the few shows I own all of. If you had to watch Sonic Boom or The Adventures of Sonic, which would be Boom. Adventures is just nostalgia bait, but it's slapstick nostalgia. It's nothing very, not nearly as noteworthy as Boom. Boom rocks. Yeah, no, Boom is a fantastic show. It's really unfortunate that probably the best Sonic show is tied to the worst game, and that probably didn't help anything. But it was really good. Watching Boom tomorrow? If it's in the evening, I might be able to. We shall see. It depends. It depends on if other things are happening or not that are on the table. Possibly. But I'm a 50-50. I might be able to, if the other thing doesn't happen. If I'm a 50-50, I've got other plans I might do. We'll see. But I will let you know. Something you think, depending on the writer, episodes were hit and miss. Yeah, I haven't seen every season. To be fair, I've only seen like the first season, but I liked what I saw of it. Also, I want to live in the timeline where we get Sonic Generations and like all of those and Forces and stuff where they're like, we're gonna have modern Sonic and classic Sonic. Whatever. Sure. Fine. Okay. That's been done though. What I want is Knuckles collabs. Give me like classic Knuckles. Give me OVA Knuckles. Give me Boom Knuckles. And give me like Adventure Knuckles. Give me 4 Knuckles all teamed up. Please. We'll have like the super serious one. We'll have the kind of like cocky, playful one. We'll have the Australian one, and then we'll have the himbo. It will be beautiful. It's a great design from... Okay, I will say... I don't have my Knuckles emote anymore. It is a better design, except for when he gets to wear his fancy hat in the OVA. Yeah, the hat in the OVA is top tier. I love OVA Knuckles. Boom Knuckles didn't rap, though. Sonic Adventure Knuckles is a liar. Because his stupid rap says, unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. The first time you even see Knuckles in the video game, he's laughing at you. That's his first interaction that even happens in a Sonic game. And it's just like, what are you on about, Adventure Knuckles? You're so stupid. Come on, but we knew that. He's always been a little dumb, but we love him for it. Give Boom Knucks the OVA hat? I just want both of them together. Just give me OVA alongside Boom. That's all I want. Okay, anyway, we're caught up on this. Sorry about skipping that, I didn't mean to. Apparently we've got a robot friend, though. Robot friend. Hold on. Yeah, see, toggles dialogue skipping. Whoops. Toggle dialogue. Hide the... Okay. I just want to look at the robot. Boo! Look at the little robot friend! They're adorable! I love them! And personally, I get confused with the adventure thing. Sorry, we're just on such... We started talking Sonic, and it just ruined me. But I get confused by the adventure thing, because it's like, which way did they intend for it to go? Did they intend to make it edgy, cool Knuckles? When they wrote that song? Did they realize what they were doing when they wrote the song? Because unintentionally, they just brought out the dumb a little bit more. And then he's like, hey, I'm so cool, I wouldn't even do this. Being the same guy who also keeps falling for, like, Eggman's junk over and over again. It's like, oh yeah, did you know that, Sonic just, ate the Master Emerald? And Knuckles standing in front of the Master Emerald is like, oh shit, did he really do that? I knew he was no good. I'm gonna go beat him up now. Thanks for letting me know, Eggman. And then, like, you know, 20 minutes later, he realizes, like, oh yeah, he was the bad guy. That's right. I get it. He's doing his best. He's trying his hardest. Just give him a little slack. Anyways. At the sound of my voice, they turn around, but I can instantly see that it's not a kid. It's a robot.
Greetings. All within my perception appears to be okay. However, I am presently lost.
Oh no, the robot baby buddy is lost. I'm sorry.
Sounds like you're not totally okay then.
I like your cloak. It's very cute. The little robot peers up at me, an inquisitive look on its pixelated face. It reminds me a little bit of those research robots that I've heard about, except better dressed.
Is that so? My friend says that being lost is simply an opportunity to discover
a little
someplace
guy.
new. So, I'm feeling very fulfilled right now.
Look at that. Look at that proud little guy. To demonstrate just how fulfilled, the robot displays a little meter on its screen that's filling up. Dude, I did that before. That was me. That was like me. Remember when I had a meter on my head that was filling up because I died, but then I got better? I remember that. I relate to this little guy. The charging bar reaches the end and then overflows, playing a little jingle. Oh, mine charged slow, though. Show off. It's cute, and I can't help but laugh. Most of the robots I've met are like Olethas, helpful but impersonal. This one even waves its arms in celebration, and I noticed it carrying a book.
Wow, you weren't joking.
No, I'm still learning about jokes. However, I'm hoping to incorporate this functionality soon. I will pursue that endeavor at a different time. Currently, I need to locate the library.
Oh, I should have guessed. Well, you're in luck because I'm going that way too. Just follow me.
To the library.
Thank you. Your assistance is most appreciated.
Jokes is a food that humans eat, I'm pretty sure.
No prob. We're not too far away.
Instead of walking, the robot lifts up off the ground and hovers alongside me.
So, what's that book you're reading?
Very young.
I am not the one who read it. I'm returning this on behalf of my friend. I volunteered to make the journey in order to experience a new environment.
I want to adopt this robot, actually. It holds the book so I can see it. Yeah, the egg jokes, that's right.
Oh, I know that one. A friend of mine read it a long time ago.
I recognize the cover. It has a picture of the three main characters on the front, all sitting at a table together. One of them has ears like a fox. Ah. Who's the author of the book? Is this a shared universe or is this a reference? It's probably just a reference, but that'd be funny. That's the last game. That's the last VN game we finished, by the way, for anyone who wasn't aware. You played as a fox girl. Please tell you the name of the game so you can be happy. Ika, please be happy. It's Twitch VTuber Annie? I don't know Annie. Quinn checked that book out back in our last year of school. I remember seeing them carrying it around, but I never heard whether they liked it or not. For all I know, they never even finished reading. The robot, I notice, is very careful with the book, even when it's waving it around. Maybe it's used to transporting delicate specimens. After a couple more twists and turns, we arrive at the library, which is right next to the tech lab I was headed for.
Ta-da! You can just drop it in the box, right here. Need any help?
No, I would prefer to accomplish this task on my own.
I'm gonna try to pick up the pace a little bit, because we're supposed to do a double feature tonight, because it's the last day I can do solo streams. So apologies if I miss anything in chat. Loading up to reach the slot, the robot deposits the book and then plays another victory song.
Congrats! You did it!
Yes, I did. Thank you for assisting in finding this place. You were integral to the completion of my mission.
Aw, don't mention it. Happy to help.
I am afraid I cannot honor your request. I will be making a mention of this encounter to my friend. However, I am sure they will also be pleased to hear my report.
Okay, I guess we can make a one-time exception then. But don't go mentioning it to anyone else.
Affirmative. I'll be leaving now. Goodbye.
I will say
Bye.
we will come back to this game when it officially releases too. This time the delay is not just because I don't know how to keep a schedule. I'll have you know. But we will come back to it at that point. Because this is just the first chapter here. It's an early release thingy. Thank you, Studio Elon. The little robot happily buzzes off down the halls, going back the way we came.
I hope it doesn't get lost.
Now that I think about it, maybe I should have offered to show it the way. Well, it's a robot. I'm sure it'll figure it out. Using the keycode that I was given, I unlock the tech lab and make sure everything's properly set up. Compared to getting all those chairs ready, this is easy. There are a bunch of different live feeds from around town that I check off and approve, and I also do a test run of the 3D viewing space. Some folks will want to mingle and just watch the main live feed, which is what we have broadcasting in the auditorium. But for people who want a more immersive experience, one of the science labs has been suited up with a simulation room that'll make it seem like you're actually outside. Hannah and I used to do something similar for fun. They're designed for kids to be able to get a hands-on look at what they're reading about during class. That sounds fun. We would spend our free periods exploring what kind of weird options were available. Stuff like strange animal skeletons or gemstones from other planets. I sit down and sign in. It doesn't seem like the software's changed at all since I last used it. I won't be the one running things on the actual night of the concurrence, so I just need to prep things for whoever will be. Checking over it all is simple, but takes a while, especially when I keep getting distracted by the other feeds from around the planet. For a people watcher like me, sitting here is almost too much power. Still, even in a focused rush, it takes the better part of an hour before I'm finally satisfied enough to say I'm finished.
Alright, almost done. Let's do this.
Psyching myself out and stretching my fingers, I lock up the lab and head to my final destination, the cafeteria. I find a variety of ingredients waiting for me, pasta and veggies and other stuff too. I take inventory of it all, organizing some stuff like our kitchen at home. This will be my mom's base of operation that night, and I won't be surprised if I end up here too. They both love to cook for a crowd since it gives them a chance to show off. We've got the menus along with a list of orders for the attendees at home, so I'll use the list I make here to figure out what we need to bring them from the garden. Pasta and veggies you go to? It's a good go-to. I don't eat much pasta. I try to get a good amount of veggies in my diet, but as far as noodles, I just do like instant ramen and rice, which collectively those are basically like pasta. I mean, instant ramen is pasta, it's just like not Italian, I guess. You know, like stories where vampires feed on women? This has nothing to do with vampires, then. You should be okay. You could crash in a bush and... Yes. Oh, okay, got it. It came from a show you're watching. Well, if you don't like the story, then maybe it's time to move on to a new show. I wander through the coolers and pantries, jotting down everything onto a notepad as I go. I take a picture of the list, send that to both my moms, and then stuff it into my coat pocket. I'm finally done for the day. I don't have long to even think about heading home, though, because the moment I go back to the front of the school, someone flags me over to ask for help with some tasks of their own. Yeah, no, I need to multitask too, I get it. I end up running around for another hour, doing essentially more of the same stuff I've been assigned. By the time I'm finally free, I'm good and exhausted. Afternoon sunshine is pouring in through the windows, rather than the rain that had been pouring when I got here. When I head outside, it's downright comfy again, just like this morning. It makes for a nice walk to the station and a smooth train ride back home, where I flop down onto the couch as soon as I reach it. It's been another long day, and I'm glad to be flat on my back instead of sitting or standing. Subway Surfers ASMR, cooking video, and Veristream. Gotta get that Family Guy funny moments montage in there too while you're at it. See, for me, I am like that normally, but while I'm streaming, the multitasking is me reading with chat and playing the game. So it looks a little more focused, but that focus is just the illusion that doesn't fool anybody because you can see how distracted I get anyway. Shh. But also, the end of these long days is in sight. Before I know it, things will be back to the same old routine. Am I ready for that? I really don't know. I don't mean to fall asleep, but next thing I know, I'm waking up with a blanket draped over me and a pillow stuffed under my head that wasn't there before. It must have been ghosts. Or one of my mom's. Probably ghosts, though, right? That makes the most sense. The lights have been turned off, other than a lamp in the living room with me. But the night is just beginning. Although the stars are out, it's closer to dinner time than bedtime. Yawning, I toss off the blanket and roll to my feet, heading into the kitchen to make myself some tea. Dude, I napped today. I don't usually nap, but I napped today. It was weird. I took my medicine, because I haven't taken it in a while, because I kept forgetting to take my medicine that helps me remember to take my medicine, and then immediately passed out for 3 hours. I can't nap normally, so it was really weird. Normally, I'll fall asleep for 5 minutes, and I'm like, oh my god, the day is passing me by, and I'll pop up and immediately get back to whatever I'm doing. So it was very strange. After mulling over my choices, I pick a fruity blend Oletha gave me a few visits ago. Yeah, naps mess me up too. I try not to have them for a reason. And even when I try to have them, I can't. Not for a reason, but because my brain says no. I think the most important thing with a nap is that it has to be, like, very far from dusk. Because if I was to fall asleep and then wake up and the sky goes from bright to dark, that's when it gets really disorienting and weird. Can't do that. I need the sunlight levels to, like, not change a bunch. Which is why I like short little naps. But even then, I struggle to do that. I think today I was just, like, weird built-up fatigue or something. Which happens occasionally. Need a 2-hour nap? I can't do that. Yeah, I can't do a nap like that. How do you get meds that help you remember every morning? It's a gamble if I remember to take my thyroid. I mean, it's called Adderall. My attention sucks ass and my memory sucks ass. It's like ADHD meds. But it's easy to forget to take them and then you fall out of the habit, that's all. So it's either always dark, always light. I can't do that. I lived in Washington and it was already too dark too much of the time there. I mean, it's not for everybody. But for some people like me, it's actually very helpful and life-changing, so. I know people who go off of it sometimes are very aggressive about how bad it is for them, but for me it made a huge difference. But also there's people who took it as a child, and I'm someone who didn't have access to it until like 5 years ago, and it made a huge difference in my ability to function as a human being, or a robot, but you know what I mean. While it's steeping, one of the doors to the outside opens and Moss rolls in. Yeah, no, it's been incredibly helpful for me. I was not doing very well before it. There's just a lot my brain can't juggle that is required of me on a regular basis.
Oh, hey, you're up.
Yep. Good morning.
Peeking out the window, she makes a face.
You might be off by a few hours on that one.
It's morning time somewhere out there.
It's true.
What they have you doing up at the school? Mom and I came back and found you conked out on the couch.
Wake up at any time it's nighttime. That just feels surreal.
they needed someone big and strong like me to set up a bunch of chairs and computers.
Well, you woke up just in time, because Mom and I got the stuff to make some butter cookies.
Oh, there's still a stigma. That's why it was so hard for me to get medication in the first place. If you're an adult trying to get it, they're just like, well, if you had it, you would have had it as a child and you would have already been getting treated, so you're obviously a druggie. Fucking sucks, but they treat you like a druggie. It's awful. You have to jump through so many hoops to get prescribed as an adult. I don't wish that on anybody. Also, I have the other kind that's more sedentary rather than the hyperactive. I'm combined. I'm probably like 60-40. It's like 60% attention deficit disorder, 40% hyperactive. Because they're kind of two different things, but they group them together now anyway, even though they don't have the same impact on people. They don't function the same way. They're not functionally the same thing, but they group them together because whoever makes the medical books decided that was a good idea. Attention deficit disorder, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Two different things. Very different. But they just call them both ADHD now for some reason. Grabbing my mug, I bounce away from the counter to clear a space.
Don't let me slow you down.
You still gotta wait a bit. Mom's out in the garden now grabbing stuff from your grocery list.
I'm on my way already.
I think we get our hair from this parent. Assuming we only have one parent, like one biological parent. It's possible we have two biological parents, even though they're both moms. For like a couple reasons. A, like one could have been a guy once. And B, I don't remember what the other thing I was gonna say. Sci-fi bullshit. Science. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if we look anything like our other mom. My parents' butter cookies are famous neighborhood-wide. The sooner they get started baking, the sooner I can start eating them. I pop out the door that Mom just came through, spotting Mom. And also, this could be a third parent, you know? Like, maybe there was like a former husband or something. I don't know. Or a former father. But I pop out the door that Ma just came through, spotting Mom already on her way in, so I could hold it open for her. Ready to get the first X. You mean the Y chromosome? What do you mean the Y chromosome? Splicer donor, yeah. But also, again, we live in it's a sci-fi plot. Things don't have to, like, necessarily. Not an important detail, just curious, since you could clearly see the relation before. She smiles gratefully, turning to avoid hitting me with the box full of produce that she's carrying. Yeah, everybody has it. It's the Y. I think you're thinking of the Y, Rocket.
Is that everything?
I think so. We'll pull the peppers and onions next week so they're fresh. What else was on your list?
Let me see.
I reached for the note that I shoved into the pocket of my coat. Yeah. What Booba said. No way. No way. I left my coat at school. I left my coat at school. I was so distracted by the nice weather when I left that I forgot all about the bad weather when I got there. Classic summer blunder. I've definitely left my umbrella places before. And not usually jackets, because I usually just keep my jacket on me if I go anywhere. But like, I used to use like umbrella stands at like my job. And then I would like leave my umbrella at work, and then it's like, oh shit. I I forgot it rains 70% of the time here.
Ugh, or not. I forgot my jacket up there.
I have the list on my phone, but I need my jacket itself for tomorrow. It's clear out right now, but there is no telling when the rain will come back. I already know what I'm going to have to do, even as I try to think of an alternative. With her free hand, Mom pats me on the shoulder. She knows to. Those exist. Offices have them
heading out.
sometime.
There should be cookies by the time you get back, at least.
I like
That
cookies.
does make it a bit better. Be home soon.
I will admit, I was not going to, but I have eaten some of that gingerbread house. Because I wanted a cookie, and I was like, I don't want to spend money on cookie. And I was like, oh wait, I have a bunch of cookie right here. It's getting late here, I wish you could hang out, but you gotta wind down for bed, or else you won't. No problem, Ash, thank you for coming by. It's good to see you. Have yourself a great night, and get some sleep. Kicking my shoes on by the door, I step out into the young night. Willowmere at this time is a lot different than Willowmere during the day. There's hardly any nightlife or places to hang out late. That's why I'm usually the last one out of CC when I do my evening shows. Was it tasty? It surprisingly was. I thought it would be stale and bad, but no, it was pretty solid. With the open skies, we get a ton of natural starlight, which sustains a lot of the planet. Overhead, Florel's twin moons have begun to rise, and a really cool new song starts playing, and I want to bob my head to it. Nighttime brings a whole bunch of plants to life that are dormant during the day. Shimmering moon blooms glow at my feet, lighting the path with their bell-shaped buds. By the time I get home, even more will have lit up. The cool air feels lovely, so instead of heading for the station and waiting for a train, I decide to jog to school. Besides, I've got plenty of energy to burn. Starting off slow, I hurry down well-tended dirt paths, crossing empty roads illuminated by street lamps. Some houses have already gone dark, while others still have their windows lit up. Just like arranging the chairs earlier, I find a rhythm for my footsteps to follow, a beat that I can run to. Maintaining my form is a game I play against myself. Like a good session at my dance class, the growing soreness in my legs and lungs are satisfying. Proof that I can still push myself, that I'm alive and healthy. I'm sweating by the time I get to the city park that used to be one of my friends and my favorite hangout spots. It's about halfway between my house and school, and also about halfway from the station that Hannah and Izzy would use to get home. I've spent hours of my life sitting on those swings or under those trees. Now I just run right past them. Across a river and out of the park. The rest of the way from here to the school is covered in hills. Softly, gently, sloping ones for the most part, but still enough to make me gradually slow to a walk. My breathing is heavy as I start the final ascent, the school building itself looming in the darkness ahead. Robot friend! Just ahead, I spot the first other person I've seen since leaving my house. One of the bright overhead lights at the edge of the campus is shining down, giving me a clear view of a surprisingly familiar face. It's really pretty. It's the little robot that I saw earlier today. It waves when it notices me, rising up into the air.
Greetings! You have returned. It is most unexpected.
I don't know how much longer we have in the game for the chapter 1. We might not finish all of chapter 1. I'm gonna aim to go less than 30 additional minutes. I want to see if maybe we can introduce another character before we switch gears for the night. Again, I wish I could dedicate an entire stream to it, but I just haven't had enough time this week. So, we'll do what we can.
Same to you! I forgot my coat, so I'm back to get it. What about you?
Haven't met Coke here yet, that's true. Rocket, that's a bit long and I can't read that right now. It's because I really need to focus. Sorry.
This time, I'm accompanying my friend. They are presently at the school. I have chosen to remain out here so far. The local plant species here are quite fascinating. However, I would like to join them. May I accompany you?
Go for it. I like having a buddy.
Sure thing. I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Summer. Summer Nansen.
You know what Nansen sounded familiar? Nansen. When I played Dream Daddy, I made my character's last name Nansen. And I wore a cat shirt, I believe. It was pretty cool. Did you know Dream Daddy was made by the same people as Homebody? At least partially, I think I mentioned that. I just think that's funny. Usually I wouldn't be so chatty with a robot, but this clearly isn't the normal one. It reminds me a lot more of a person than the machines that cleans the floors and windows at CC. Plus, it's already our second meeting. I can hear the sound of a fan spinning in the robot's body as it processes that.
That is quite the coincidence. My friend knows someone on this planet who is named Summer Nansen.
Oh my god! It's gotta be a coincidence. And yes, really missed that. Not one for one the same team, but like one of the writers. Like the main writer of the new game was a writer on the last game, I believe.
My name is Curiosity. I'm very pleased to meet you, Summer Nansen.
And then other people too, but...
Just Summer is fine. And... wait, who's your friend?
The name that they have chosen is Quinn.
When? Plays a small, celebratory jingle. Jerking to a halt, I rub my ears, certain that I must have misheard, or that I'm more tired than I thought.
Sorry, one more time?
When?
The name that they have chosen is Quinn.
May not be the machine here, but I feel like I'm short-circuiting. Like I fell asleep and I'm in a dream, because there's no possible way this robot is referring to the same Quinn that I'm thinking of.
Quinn... son?
Yes, that is their full name.
Oh.
Quinn Sun, aka formerly one of my closest friends. Drama! The fact that this robot knows them is both a total shock and at the same time such a Quinn thing that I'm not surprised at all. Curiosity hovers, still looking at me, probably waiting for some kind of response. Problem is, I'm not sure how to respond.
You're saying Quinn is just up ahead at the school?
Let's go meet up with Quinn. I don't really know which answer I want to hear.
Unless they have left me behind, then yes, they are.
Well, that's a scary thought. I don't dwell on it. I don't want to tempt fate. I choose my words carefully, afraid to mess this up.
Can you take me to see them?
I can. Follow me.
We go. Curiosity doesn't seem to share my hesitation at all. The little robot turns and floats off into the darkness, leaving me standing there by myself. I kind of expected it to say no. Now that it's leaving, I find myself rooted in place. What will I even say? What if they don't want to see me? Wouldn't they have come and found me if they did? There's 100 reasons why this might be a bad idea. But still, there's way more reasons why it might not be. Besides, I wanted something to change, something to happen. A chance like this is better than I could have actually hoped for. Plus, I feel like that's a good short answer for a lot of things. Nature is very complicated. I want to see them. I stare off into the darkness at the quickly disappearing robot. It doesn't seem to be waiting to see if I actually follow or not. When, I can't think of them without also thinking about Izzy and Hannah. We were inseparable in high school. It felt like we could do anything together. And then after school finished, we just drifted apart. Hannah went off to school on another planet like she'd been dreaming of for years. Izzy stuck around for a while, but I don't know what's happened to her in the last couple years. As for Quinn, well, they chose to leave the planet. The last time I saw them, they were sleeping on the floor at my house. Or at least, they had been. I woke up to them standing in the doorway. I asked when they were coming back, and they said they weren't. Sure enough, I never heard from them again. As far as I know, none of us did. Out of the three of them, Quinn is the last one I would have expected to run into like this. So it's pretty safe to say that I have no idea how to feel right now. But as I stand there, Aletha's words from earlier echo in my head. Nobody looks back and wishes they'd done less.
Alright, well, can't say I didn't try.
I hurry to catch Curiosity before it gets out of sight. The robot chatters on, not even noticing that I was gone. I doubt it has the functionality to detect an awkward silence. That probably comes in handy around Quinn.
With Quinn's help, I've been coming to learn about the tendencies and habits of humans. For instance, did you know that human beings can express at least 3 different emotions?
Angry. Hangry. When you need food and you start yelling. Sour. And sleepy. Hungry, horny. No, hunger, that's half of hangry. Horny and sour can go together. Hour. It's like when you have funny feelings because you're eating a warhead. And then sleepy is when you're like tired, but also you're experiencing a half-life of your cells on a microscopic level. Lazy, gay, and nerd. God, there's so many interpretations of the 3 emotions. It's hard to keep track of them all. We'll never know for sure. Unless I press the space bar, then we'll probably know for sure, right? I laugh loudly despite my nerves before quickly catching myself.
Only 3?
Only 3. As if there was any doubt, we definitely we're talking about the same coin.
At least 3. How many can you think of? Which ones am I lacking?
Umami. You're lacking umami. They added that one recently.
Let's see. Happy, sad, angry, excited, lonely, jealous? That's 6 so far.
I don't think that's any of the things we guessed so far. We're bad at this, chat.
6! You have doubled my knowledge already. Thank you very much. I can see why Quinn called you their friend.
They said that? They called me their friend?
Yes. They have referred to you as their dear friend previously.
I almost stumble in surprise again, but this time instead of being hit by a brick, it's like a weight is lifted off my chest.
They still think of me that way?
They do. Biting my lip to keep from smiling too much, I start walking again, faster this time. Curiosity easily matches my speed and even outpaces me. Overhead, the starry sky twinkles as if it's aware of how momentous a night this is, one that's vast and full of promise. Yeah, we'll meet up with Quinn, and then we'll wrap up.
This is fun! I cannot believe humans do not
Not the
walk
stream,
at high
but the
speeds
game.
everywhere.
We reach the top of the hill, the silhouette of the school in the darkness just across the field. Curiosity gestures in front of us.
Oh, it is just ahead. The place we said we would meet.
They said that they'd be here, but I know all too well that doesn't necessarily mean they will. Before I can finish my next thought, Curiosity beeps out a joyful 5-note melody and darts forward. Little thrusters emerge from its feet, giving it an extra boost of speed. And I wish I could do that. I jog ahead too, triggering one of the motion-activated lights. It shines brightly, illuminating the person I was waiting to see. We're in Star Wars, that's why. They have 2 moons in Star Wars. Just like that. This is Florel. Just Florel things. Hashtag just Florel things, having 2 moons. Standing alone in the middle of the sidewalk, hand outstretched to the rushing robot. Quinn. They have the smallest of smiles on their face as they greet the playful machine. At first, the sight of them jolts me to a stop. This is real. This is actually happening. Somehow, I manage to find my own thrusters and put on a burst of speed. As I careen towards them, I call out.
Quinn!
They glance up as I stumble, barely keeping balance by flailing my arms. I skid to a halt right in front of them, hands on my knees.
You're really here.
They're very pretty, but also very yellow. I wonder if I've been transported to Deus Ex dimension. That wasn't what I wanted to say, but any thoughts of a coherent sentence went out the door the moment I actually opened my mouth. Alternatively, we are in Breaking Bad, Mexico. It's really hard to say. In a way, it's almost like Quinn never left. All the familiar feelings of warmth, friendship, and familiarity fill my chest. Yeah, we're in the Mexico dimension now. Quinn just stands there staring at me like they've been expecting me to show up. They don't seem fazed at all. And I notice the way their hand is twitching, like they were hit by the same invisible force field I was when I saw them.
Summer.
You don't know how to word good. You know what? Maybe Quinn forgot English. That would make sense, being Mexico dimension and all. They just swapped languages on us. Oh, they're phased.
Hi, Summer. You're here too?
Oh, it could be the Twilight New Moon filter, in which case, Quinn could be a werewolf. Their hair, shaggy as always, like a werewolf, is cut way shorter now. Looks like they never hit their growth spurt either, despite telling all of us so many times that they'd hit it someday. The sweater they're wearing is new, at least to me, but it's the same classic Quinn style. Oversized to the point where it makes them look shapeless. And the way they're standing, that awkward stance that somehow shows that they don't know if they should stay or leave.
Yeah, I ran into curiosity, and it told me about you. What have you... Where have you...
In the piss dimension, clearly. In just a few seconds of staring at each other, my heart feels a million things. Part of me wants to ask why they never called or wrote or anything. It's been 5 years of silence. But a bigger part of me doesn't care. All those feelings that should mix together into something confusing actually result in something simple. Finally, straightening to face them at eye level, I just smiled. The same way I would when they'd walk through the classroom door, or we'd met up on weekends.
You're back. I missed you.
Finally, they smiled too.
Yeah. I missed you too.
I glance around us. I worry if I turn around, they'll disappear.
Are you staying?
Quinn avoids my eye for a moment before shrugging.
We were just leaving. I just wanted to come by and see the school, but it's busy during the day.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
kids
We're
in it.
using the
Gross.
school as a place for people to watch the cosmic concurrence next week. That's this big thing that's happening.
Quinn nods.
Yeah, that's why I'm on Florel.
We will be going to another planet after its conclusion.
I look at the robot by Quinn's side. Its eyes show pure delight. I like the winky face, it's cute. I can tell from both their body language that the two of them are important to each other. Leave it to Quinn to have picked up an android for a best friend after they left us. I mean, the piss filter is probably attached to a yellow light post, so, you know, maybe they'll just steal the light post when they leave. That could happen. I mean, these are just like the lights they turn on at night at the high school. So, like, I probably stop people from loitering at the school in the middle of the night, so they get the cheap yellow ones.
Oh, I see.
I feel like old lights are always yellow. Is that just a, have to do with the filament? Is that what it's called? It must. Welcome back. The two of us look at each other. I have to imagine the same thing is on both of our minds. Say the word, Summer. Just say it.
I'd really love it if we could catch up before you go.
It is.
It doesn't have to be long. It can be wherever, whenever. I'm pretty much free all the time.
Although, the one who slumped over and looks like very reclusive and like they would keep to themselves has been traveling from planet to planet and made friends with a funny little robot. The one who looks bubbly and like they're living it up spends their days hanging out with some random old lady in town because she doesn't want to have to do anything except for hang out with old lady in town. So their posture is a little backwards of where each of them are in a way. There's so much I could say. I want to say. But how much is too much? Me running into Quinn like this is a wish come true. A miracle. A second chance. But also, Quinn's posture might be because they're back home, and it's weird for them to be back home, since it seems like they kind of just bailed on everybody and didn't say anything about it. Really? I'm afraid for them to know how desperate I am. They swallow and turn away, and my heart skips a beat. Curiosity peers up at Quinn.
Sorry.
Their soft voice barely carries over their own shoulder. Curiosity peers up at Quinn, the robot's expression changing to match its name.
To be honest, this is difficult for me.
Reconnecting can be weird. I bite my lip, clench my fist, hold my breath. Anything to stop the shaking.
I thought about coming to see you, but...
Silence. But what? I try to read the silence that follows their words. They decided they didn't want to? Or was it something more like me? Maybe they just didn't know how to. I think about what it is that I want, what I really want, what I really, really want. And then I think about the Spice Girls. And what I really want to happen right now. I want things to be again. Like that classic Spice Girls song. I briskly walk over, getting more into Quinn's personal space than most people are allowed to. Reaching towards them, I see their already wide eyes get wider. Taking the strings of their hoodie in one hand, I give them a good yank, just like I used to whenever Quinn was being emo. They flinch, either out of habit or genuine surprise.
Well, I came and saw you first instead.
That's right. Seems to throw them back on track. Blushing, they still manage to laugh.
Yeah. I'm glad you did.
I'm so relieved that I guessed right.
I'm busy tonight, but I'm not tomorrow.
All right. Tomorrow, then.
Okay. See you then.
Promise?
I offer out my pinky finger. They consider for a moment before wrapping their own finger around mine.
Promise.
Whoa, I've witnessed a new ritual. Today has been one of the most exciting days of my life.
Curiosity leveled up.
Well, that's what happens when summer's around.
They're looking down at Curiosity with a smile. They're close enough for me to pull them into a surprise hug, as that one sentence makes me feel better than anything in the past year. Although I can feel them stiffen at first, it only takes a second before Quinn relaxes and hugs me back. For just a moment, I feel like nothing has changed, like we're 16 again and saying goodbye after school.
See you soon.
My voice is barely a whisper.
Yeah. Take care.
I slowly untangle myself from Quinn and step away. I'm sure that in the bright lights from the school, the tears in my eyes are obvious. Hello, Allie, welcome in. We're just finishing up playing through some of... I want to make sure I say it properly. Summer at the Edge of the Universe. A new Studio Alon game that's coming out next year. Same people who made Please Be Happy, which we just finished last week. Hope you're doing well, though. That's okay, though. I want them to see how much this means to me. Curiosity takes Quinn's hand and then waves to me with the other one.
Goodbye. It was nice to encounter you a second time. I'm looking forward to our third.
Me too. And the next one, and the one after that.
That would be the fifth one.
Curiosity is so smart. Look at that little genius robot goober.
Yeah, that one too.
I wish I could count to 5. With a gentle tug, Quinn leads Curiosity back towards the edge of campus and wherever it is they're staying. I stay at the top of the hill, waving until they're out of sight. For all I know, this could turn out to be the last time I ever see Quinn. I want the moment to last as long as possible. Wiping my eyes, I turn around and head to the front of the school, unlocking the door and slipping inside. I feel like we should just finish this scene because she'll go home afterwards, and then we'll leave it there and switch games. My coat is right where I left it, of course, and I retrieve it and head back out within a minute. It's not too cold, so I wrap my coat around my waist instead of wearing it.
Thanks for staying behind here. You really helped me out.
We'll leave out the fact that I'm the one who forgot in the first place, not that my jacket chose to stay. Still, if it weren't for that, I'd be lying on either my couch or my bed wishing that a night like this would happen. It's the start of something. I don't know what, but I'm determined to not let the opportunity fizzle out after tonight, or after the next time we meet. By all rights, I should be exhausted, and in a way, I am. But also, I don't remember ever feeling more hyped up and energized than I do right now. I start to run, taking the steeper path down from the school. It's hard to explain the feeling of momentum. It's sort of like I could go forever, and stopping is unthinkable. I'm filled with a desperate urge, no, a need, to do something, to not let this energy and excitement end. Down the grassy slopes and gray sidewalks, I run until I reach the park. There, just as I arrive, I feel the first few tremors of a familiar shaking. The music consists of a distant strumming. There's a sound like swirling wind accompanied by a voice singing along. I come to a stop, looking up at the stars where the sound is coming from. Even though there's nothing to see, the celestial noise captivates me like it hasn't since the first time I heard it. Whoever they are, I don't think they're singing words, just sounds, and yet I can hear what they're feeling. The joy in their voice is clear, even across the boundaries of our universes. Closing my eyes, I take a second to just let myself experience. Instead of getting annoyed at how it doesn't go anywhere, I try to listen and enjoy the music for the short time that it'll be there. Whatever it is that's making them sing like that, it'd be nice to feel that way too. Of course, just a few seconds later, it all comes to an end. The near silence of the night crawls back in. As stillness comes over me, I let it shape that excitement I was feeling into action. Slowly, I pull out my phone, taking a seat on one of the swings. I open my inbox, glancing through the names at the top. My parents, my supervisor, Aletha, other volunteers. I have to scroll and scroll until I finally find the names I'm looking for. Hannah, Izzy, always the four of us. Running into Quinn like I did already seemed too good to be true. So the idea of reaching out to the others as well? That just feels like pushing my luck. Hello, Redundant Toast. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. Go to the roof for a second. How have you been? What are you up to tonight? Playing some Space Engineers. What are Space Engineers? I'm not familiar with that one. I finally picked up that other space game everyone's been playing, The Lethal Company. What kind of game is that? I hope it was a good stream. But welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Hi. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Vera Proxima. I'm a robot, deer, cuttlefish, chimera thing. It's complicated. Yeah, go follow Toast. Do it. Do it. We are just finishing up our session. Not the stream. We're going to be switching games in a moment. We're finishing up our session on Summer at the Edge of the Universe, which is a new VN that's coming out next year. And then we're going to be starting up with some Crash 4 in a few minutes for a very drastic tonal shift. But thank you again for the raid, and welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Hope it was a good stream. Boobo, you were already here. You know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I made this one for I made this for like a New Year's model. I wanted to be golden, so I have golden hair, which just makes it look like I have blonde hair, but it's shiny. See, look at that shine. That's a metallic shine if I've ever seen one. Let's see. Only a couple more streams till the end of the year, so I figure I might as well dress festively, right? Alright. Anyway, we're basically done, but to recap the game, this is Summer. She works for like a spacey radio station on Florel. We're in like a sci-fi world. Space travel's the norm. We're like 5 years out of high school. We just met up with a friend we hadn't seen in years because, you know, they were all going to meet up after high school, and then they just didn't. It just didn't happen. But there's this big cosmic event everyone's coming back to see. And we ran into a friend who just kind of vanished without a trace, and we just haven't talked to in all this time. And they seem chill, so that's cool. There's also a little robot Scrimblow. That was pretty cool. And now we're like, hey, we should just get the gang back together for one last heist. I don't think there's going to be a heist, but you know what I mean. You got stuck in your evil toast model. You got stuck in your evil toast model all stream somehow? Ah, shit, that's rough. Well, hopefully you were able to get back to normal. That sounds like a lot to deal with. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened in this game. It's pretty. It's a pretty well-made game. It's not out yet. It'll be out next year. But we're not far from next year, so... Oh yeah, what kind of... Minecraft, space Minecraft sort of. Okay, so like, gathering materials, building up stuff for like, your ship, presumably. Or is it just like, building a base on a planet somewhere? Cooler hydrate, will do, thank you. Chat is talking about crazy genetic science stuff. All of the above. Perfect. Running into Quinn like I did already seems too good to be true. So the idea of reaching out to the others as well, that just feels like pushing my luck. But hey, maybe it's time I push myself again. All of her friends have like left the planet and gone and done cool stuff, and she's just kind of like, I'll do radio show and I'll hang out with the old lady in town because she's nice. And then the old lady in town was like, hey, Summer, maybe you should get a life. And now Summer's like, what if I got a life? Mustering my confidence, I tap onto Hannah's name and open our long-dead conversation history. I force myself not to look at whatever our last message has said. I don't want to know or remember right now. Maybe life is just radio show and hang out with the old lady. You know what? That can be life, right? I don't think that's the route we're taking, but that is an option. Instead, I focus on writing something new. Hey Hannah, it's Summer. I pause, should I add my last name? No, she'll know. I know this is out of nowhere, but I was hoping maybe I could see you if you're on Florel sometime soon. Part of me is tempted to just spill my guts out, telling her all about how I've regretted the way we drifted out of touch. But I know better than to do that. It's easy to overwhelm Hannah, especially when she's not expecting something, so I just keep my message brief. That's relatable. If I get long messages, it's like you send me like a paragraph of text, I'll be scared and it'll take me a month to get back to you. If you send me like an essay, I'm sorry you messaged me 5 years ago, I can explain. And then I don't explain, I just leave it at that. My name is Commander Summer, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel. This is basically the visual novel sequel to Mass Effect trilogy. They realized that Andromeda was not taking off with the usual audience, so they took it one step further and were like, you know what? People like dating aliens, so we'll just make a visual novel. You're not dating aliens because they're from your planet, but close enough. Their heart was in the right place. They get confused on their game dev somehow. I don't think this has much to do with Mass Effect at all. I don't know what they were thinking. I miss you. Is it too much to say that? Maybe, maybe not. I won't let it stop me. Before I can lose my nerve, I send the message. Then I copy it over and send something similar to Izzy. And I feel like throwing my phone as far away from myself as possible to avoid staring at it constantly for the next however long until they respond. Instead, I make the much more rational decision of returning my phone to my pocket and resuming my journey home. Several times I check it, certain that I felt the buzz of a response, but each time it's just my imagination. Hate it when people don't respond immediately to my messages, even though I just talked about how I never respond to messages in a reasonable time frame. It is kind of late, and I'm sure it'll be a shock to both of them whenever they do see it. So as much as I can, I try to be patient.
Okay, Summer. You can do this.
I went 4 years without speaking to them. I'm sure I can handle another few hours of it.
I'm home.
I think we'll wrap up here for this one, though, because I do want to move on to the other game. But, yeah, this game seems cool. We'll definitely play the whole thing when it comes out in the coming year. I don't know if there was a set release date yet. Let me check Steam real quick. Hold on. Store. Bye-bye, Summer. Goodbye. We got to meet one of our friends. Summer at the Edge of... I don't know if it has a page on here yet, actually. Yeah, I don't think it has a page on here yet. Let's see at the website. Take like a 10-minute break because we've been at it for a couple of 2.5 hours or so, and then we'll jump over to Crash 4 until I pass out and see how far we can get. I think there's like 4 worlds past where we are, so that's a lot. But Summer, I really like that game though. I like this game too. That's why we're playing both of them. Summer at the Edge of the Universe. For some reason, I keep pairing up sappy visual novel games with Crash Bandicoot. I don't know why. That's just what happens now. How does that work if they're at the edge of the universe? I mean, it could also... I don't know if they're actually at the edge of the universe. It could be an expression thing, too. I don't know. Just in time for break. Hello, Manuel. Hello. Good to see you. Yeah, we just finished up our first game, which is still technically open and on the screen right now. Let's take listen to our audio logs from outer space featuring the voices from the main cast. No, we don't need to do that right now. I was just seeing if they had like a date or anything. Oh, that's cute. So the Studio Along website, one of the sections is called Bell House, named after the coffee shop, and Please Be Happy. I don't think there's a date. Oh, you know what? I can check the email they sent me that has the info. There might be like a spiel or something. Are you going to bed? Night, Mista. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Where is the email? Where is the email? Here it is. I will hydrate. Thank you. Press kit. We go to the press kit and we go to the documents. Summer at the Edge of the Universe fact sheet. Let's go. Oh, sorry, 2025. Okay, it is. So 2025. It's still pretty early on. But considering the level of polish they put into their games, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, Solarpunk lesbian visual novel. After drifting apart for several years, a chance encounter brings 4 best friends back together for the journey of a lifetime. For Summer Nansen, voiced by Angel Haven Ray, if that name rings a bell to anybody, this trip is not only a chance to rekindle old friendships, but also to discover what it is she wants out of life. Alongside a new robot friend named Curiosity, the 4 girls travel from planet to planet, exploring the natural wonders and diverse alien cultures that they come across. Their journey culminates at the borders of existence itself, the very edge of the universe. Well, that answers that. The game features 3 routes, each centered around one of Summer's friends. Every route contains both romantic and platonic endings. More fantasy than sci-fi, Summer aims to be a positive and uplifting experience, with one of the core tenets for the game being good vibes only. The game was first teased and eventually announced via a series of audio logs featuring the main cast. So there you go. It'll be a ways before we get back to that, but now you know. How does that work? Well, you have to keep in mind that this is also, magical. It doesn't have to follow the rules of our world, right? That's a video game thing. The laws of physics and space can vary. But yeah, let's go back to the rooftop. Where's my music at? There it is. Close this out. Exit. Especially since they like fully voice like tons of crap in those games, and then they got to do all of the different routes with the voice too. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's shaping up good. First chapter so far, I'm digging it. I'm digging it a lot. So we're gonna take 10 minutes, and then we'll come back with Crash Bandicoot. So go water yourselves. Whatever that means to you, take it to heart and
The
do it.
universe is so vast, full of exotic and discovered Takis flavors.
That's right, you single-minded buffoon. Think of all the Takis you can get while you're on break, or get some actual Takis if you have them available. Okay, I'll see you all shortly. I rearranged my tabs. There's the BRB screen. And we don't need the Grimace BGM here too. Just one layer is fine. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
ジャッジメント愛さえも知らない不良品の野良犬さだけど血や金じゃ餌付けはできないぜ傷ついて全て失っちまっても染まっちゃならねえそれこそが Justice for breaking the law breaking the world 壊せさ振り上げろ握り拳を俺たちはそうさ俺たちがジャッジメントジャッジメント
And we're back. I really need to come up with a transition for this screen. If we're not just going back to the office, I don't have a transition for the rooftop. We gotta add one. We gotta figure that shit out. I'm back a couple minutes early. 10 minutes is a really long time. You have to understand. I don't know what to do with myself for 10 whole minutes. That's like a decade in minutes. Almost. Welcome back, welcome back. Anyway, we're gonna play the video game. The other one. We're gonna play the other video game. We've already gone to the edge of space, the edge of the universe, so how about we go to the edge of time? Or a bunch of edges of time. There's a lot of edges, there's a lot of sharp edges in this game. And a lot of time, because it's all shattered and shit. You got 8.9% on the wife quiz? What does that mean? Is that how good you would be as a wife? Cooler hydrate will do. Thank you, Melo. We're edging closer to the edge of the universe and time. That's right. Exactly. I will try the wife quiz later, although I am Girl Fail 101. I don't think I would be particularly good at that myself. To the gameplay! You'd be an epic wife? Will you come take care of me, Lark? I'm kind of bad at living. Please help. Elgato. We are here now. Here's your music. You can hear it. No, you don't need that. You already have it. You can hear it already. What are you talking about? That's crazy. I gotta do the quiz all the VTubers are doing. I haven't done it yet. Oh my god. So, story is not important here, so I don't need to do a story recap, except that we now have levels where we play as Cortex, too. There are a lot of characters you play as in this game. I wasn't expecting so many. You can cook me a ramen, but it has meat. Oh, that's like protein. That's sick. That's perfect. That's all I need, honestly. I had eggs that I was putting in my ramen, and then I finished my eggs, and honestly, there's nothing I can do about that. They're just gone forever, and that's like the end of it, right? So we just kind of got a deal. Now there's no protein. Still veggies, though. I got those frozen veggies. That's the good. You bring the big paw and we can make... Yo, I love tamales. I've never made tamales, though. That sounds awesome. Where are we? Out for launch. Bermagula's orbit. Spacey world. This looks like Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank world. One day we're going to play the new Ratchet and Clank on stream. I'd also like to play older Ratchet and Clanks on stream. The one that came out on the PS4 kinda isn't that great, though. The PS3 ones were really good. I don't think they got ported, though. You only looked at the husband version, and if the wife one is similar, a lot of that stuff won't matter to a lot of people. I see. Some butter and pepper, you can steam some frozen veggies, kinda decent. Nice. I just throw them in my ramen. I don't really put too much effort into it. Yo, we got a cutscene, though. Dingodile's here. I like Dingodile.
Dingodile?
Easy, chums. If I was here to fight, you'd be Cactus.
He's with me. Found him lost out there.
So they're all
Caught him
playable
up
in
on
this
the
game.
whole
It's crazy.
time-space, thing.
Yeah, just trying to get home. I was enjoying the retired life, see?
Plays
Got
like
it.
Luigi's Mansion.
Our bad guys had to change a heart too.
Bad guy?
Silence, whelp. But sir! You try my patience, Oxide. But no. I'm sure this insect knows how to obey an order.
Entropy!
Take your ship to planet Bermugula and be on the lookout for ships approaching the Rift Generator. We can't afford any unwanted visitors.
At once, your foulness.
You manage our affairs with such poise.
Naturally. As do you. Ah.
Wait. Entropy F. So they're both Entropy and he's just like flirting with himself? That's weird.
Barf.
Yeah. Yeah. So the main villain of this game is really into self-cest, apparently. I don't think I needed to know that. Is he a crocodile? I just thought he was a crocodile, but maybe. Crocodile's probably into a lot of things. I'm just not going to question it too much. This is my favorite skin in the game still. This is so good. Look at that hair. Gotta go. Oh, we got gravity flipping. The game turned into VVVVVVV. You guys ever play VVVVVV? It's got gravity flipping. I'm still gonna kill you. There you go. Get dunked on. I guess we just gotta jump it either way. I'd rather jump on the ground because I'm less likely to be stupid. Ooh. Hold up. Can I do this? Let's see. Gravity flip mid-jump for extra whatever that was. It's pretty good. Honestly, this is probably like the best feeling game I've played in like a really long time. Like, I like platformers, but they don't usually feel this good to play. Controls on this are really responsive, which means that when I die 80 times in a row, I'm not angry. It's a good feeling. Because I will die 80 times in a row. Okay. Bum. Don't headbutt it. Don't touch it with your head. Don't touch it with your head. You will regret it. Okay. That was tough. Actually, not that tough. It's just scary. I'm gonna get squished down. How's the game audio for this one, by the way? It looks like it's probably okay. Good? Nice. It's very... This entire world is super Ratchet and Clank, and I love that. So I did not play... You know what? What I should do is I should play the original trilogy, because I think that might be playable on PS4. I was late to the series, but I played all of the future games on the PS3, and they were really good. And then there was like a remake of the first game, kind of, on the PS4, but it was like based off the movie. And it's just weird that they did it, and it just felt like a worse game. I don't know. I might go back and try that one again, but it wasn't as good as the 3 I had just played. Thought it was low for a moment, but that's because stream was only at 20%, which they'd only store audio settings per channel. Yeah, that would be nice. Ow. That would be nice. Definitely some low ones. I try to keep my audio pretty loud, but I still avoid going into the red. I think it's okay to go into the red, you just don't want to peek the red. It also comes down to the microphone you're using too. It's a big thing. And I've got microphone plus, oh, that was stupid and I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Actually, you know what? I'll just die, that's fine. I want to get my treats. I've already died in this level, might as well be weird about it. I guess you can't even ground pound on those, it'll still just make you bounce. It's good to know. And about them Wumpers, you gotta. They're so good. That jump is rough for me. I just need to remember to watch the shadow. Oh wait, is it a jump? It is a jump, it's not just a weight thing, right? Yeah. Because that keeps going. There you go. I was just jumping too early. Look, it's like Among Us. Sometimes you listen to two streams at once and you need to tweak their volume separately, you feel like that would get in the way. Why are your messages lagging out my stream again? What's going on here? Shouldn't be. I don't need Steam to be open anyway, we'll just kill that. Alright. Oh god, I was not expecting that. Okay, you got me. Go, go, go. Get the fruit, get the fruit. Yeah, for some reason, all of the messages are lagging. Every single message is causing chat to, like, slow down again. And it wasn't doing that earlier. So what is this? Why did it start doing it now? It's done that before, but I noticed it got worse progressively as the stream went on. Is that because of VC Face being open a long time and getting dumb? OBS is not using much memory at all. What's going on? Desktop Windows Manager is using all my GPU for some shit. Oh, it might just be Windows being dumb then, huh? That's annoying. Okay, well, sorry if there's, like, any weird stutters. I can't do a whole lot about, playing a game. I usually have that set lower than the streams as well. Ah, you didn't get me this time, punk. Outsmarted you. Oh, see, now it's side-scrolling, so it is just like V. Oh, I didn't know those popped. Oh, shit. Oh, I guess I could slide. Just on the ceiling. That makes sense. Nail it. Oh, look at those guys. They look fun. Little aliens. You've only ever seen it on my stream? It must be the CPU then, because there's nothing else going on in the background to cause it. Genuinely, there's nothing else running except for VC Face. Happened before the computer. Yeah, but before the computer upgrades, the computer was just shit. So, I mean, that would still be the CPU. That's the CPU and the hard drive are the only thing that carried over. The longer the message, the more it just kills my stream, and I don't understand why. Here, I'm going to reboot VC Face real quick and see if that helps at all. Okay. We'll see. See if that helps anything. I don't know what to do about that laser, except ignore it. It's probably what I'm supposed to be doing. Now we actually have to platform upside down. Oh, are we gonna have to do, like, weird double gravity flip? We might. Oh, okay, well, I killed my mask. That was wrong. Oh, shit. That's fine. We're getting it. We're figuring it out. I guess the other side was safer. Maybe. Like, I don't have to get all of those to get through it, but I want to be an expert because it's cool. Well, I gotta. It's the rules. Someone wants to send a weirdly long message again. Doesn't even have to be that long. It's like a couple sentences. You can see if the VC face thing actually helped at all. Probably didn't, but you know, it's something I was able to do, so. Nope, it didn't help. It's gotta be the CPU, right? It's the only way. I do know that the plugins I've used for my chat have also changed within the last 6 months, but that would mean that if this was happening previously, then that wouldn't be related to the new browser plugin or anything. The Nico Nico plugin I had removed for a very long time, but that's... I don't think that's even enabled on here. I don't think that's even enabled locally on OBS. Yeah, no, the Nico Nico plugin's not local. That's on Twitch, the website itself, so that's not even running for me. So that couldn't do it. There's no browser source related to the Nico Nico plugin. It just uses the chat. Well, I only started using Sammy about half a year ago. I can close it, and you'll see. I did not mean to make that mistake. We can close Sammy and take a look at it. It's probably the CPU, though. Listen, my computer was a $400 desktop computer that I was hoping to upgrade. And the rest of the parts were unusably bad. And this is the one piece that remains, so I mean, it's not surprising if that's the issue, but we'll close Sammy and see what happens. It means that some of the things you guys are doing might die, though. Barrel's not related to Sammy, though. That's Stream Elements. Because it's one of the old Sounder games from before. I mean, that wasn't ideal, but I didn't die, so that's something. Is it possible it could be Stream Elements? I mean, most streamers have Stream Elements running at some level in the background, but we can check it. I really do want to play the game and not focus on troubleshooting shit, though, because, like, that ends up being too much of my stream time, and it's always really frustrating. So how about we just do this real quick, and that's the last thing we check. Alright, that's disabled. Oh, this is rough. That seemed to go through. Maybe it is. Maybe Stream Elements sound alerts in particular are super fucked. Try another one. Maybe that's it. You know what? You know what the good thing if that's the issue is? That's the easiest browser source for me to replace because I can just move all of those things over to Sammy and remake them there. Because Sammy doesn't seem to slow anything down. I can reopen Sammy and it's not a big deal. Okay. So the visual things from Stream Elements are fine, but the sound things from Stream Elements are bad. No, Stream Elements I'd closed a few minutes earlier, so you guys had actually gotten some stuff in on it. I think it has to have been the Stream Elements sound alerts. Hey, I fix a lot of things all the time, I'll have you know. But yeah, I know you guys helped me fix that one, so thank you. I mean, I don't like Stream Elements that much anyway, so that's fine. I mean, I can recreate Barrel very easily. That's no big deal. Okay, that was not smooth, but it worked. I think there was lag on that one. That one actually did cause lag again. We made it! Anyway, enough of that. It's crash time. Give me your boxes. Real time. What? Oh, right. If you do it too quickly, it misses. Forgot about that. You know what? I'm gonna just die, because I want to get my mask back. I think it's Cosiba, but the same even smooth. I did it again just for that message. Well, I didn't get the thing, but I didn't lose my mask either. Alright, can you blow up? There you go. Thank you. Oh, I got faked out. I got faked out and I hacked up. That was even worse. Whatever. We made it through. That's the important part. Run, 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 jump. Didn't mean to do that. Run, run, spin, spin. I like that I'm using the cave person's skin for the outer space level. That's, for a time travel thing, that's very fitting. Get it? Now... the oh, that animation broke really hard. I don't think I was supposed to do that. I don't think falling to your death in the sky is an animation they really, work out all the way, huh? Quack. 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 That's better. Run, 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 run. Get those guys. Get that. Run. Spin. Spin. Jump. Bounce. Kill those. Run. Break. Jump. 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 Get the thing. Don't fall into space. Don't fall into space. There we go. Nailed it. Timing the jumps on these guys on the ceiling? Oh, that's a lot. But I had the mask, so I would have been okay either way. Run. Run. Jump. Ow! My everything! Okay. Okay, well, okay. You know what, we're through. It's fine. Not a 100% run, just a run. Just a run to not fail. And go. But yeah, I do want to try to do less troubleshooting stuff live if possible in the future, because like I've noticed the last 2 times I've wasted a bunch of time troubleshooting, I lost followers for it, and I think some people were getting annoyed at it. And that's fair. People don't necessarily want to come and watch me try to fix my stream. I just need to take note of it and work on it afterwards and try to solve the mystery. Same mistake. I just get nervous and I run off the end. And swing. Almost perfect. Almost perfect that time. Run, 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 run. Now. Jump. Spin. Spin. Jump. 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 This is it. This is it, gamers. We're gonna make it. This is for all the Wampas in the Wampa house. Yeah, so this game does a thing. I've noticed this before, where if you get stuck for a long enough while, they will sometimes move the checkpoint boxes, so you don't have to redo the same area to its full extent any longer. It's like Luigi mode, except a little less aggressive. Yeah, baby moded me, basically. But it's like a soft baby mode, but that they just sneak in there instead of like, killing you and be like, hey, do you want to try this with Scrimblow Blimblow too? They're like the old one, but we gave them superpowers. You're not bad or anything, but maybe being able to fly through the level will help. That's the Nintendo way to do it. I hated that, because I don't mind repeating the same areas over and over again. At least this one's stealthy about it. Wow. Hey, you. Alright, well that did not work seamlessly, but we did it. Oh, right, don't spin through those. Oh, I had protection, because I was already hurt. Yeah, exactly. This way, like, I think the dynamic way is a lot nicer. Makes me feel less bad about it. We don't actually need to kill that guy, I guess. It's fine. Let's move on. Yeah, we'll try the side area one time, but sure. I'm not gonna do too many of these side area things, though, because, like, I want to see if we can finish the game tonight. We probably can't, right? I figured that a second ago, though. That was pathetic. Probably can't, but we'll try to get close. Oh, okay, those things are in front of me. Okay. Oh, wait, that's a... Oh. Which one is that? Oh, that's the gravity. Got it. Okay. I'm good. We'll just finish the level. Give me your thing. You're dead now. That's what happened. Get dunked on. Yeah. Okay. I think I have to, like, up and down a couple times, but, like, not end up where the UFO will wreck me. Crazy new physics, all of a sudden, to deal with. Anyway. Also, rather than have a life system, the game's like, we're gonna make it really hard and just have a tally of how many times you died, which I think's pretty sweet. That's like the Celeste way of doing it, I guess, right? That's a game I never finished. I should probably try it again. I was really bad at Celeste. Trying to do it late, rather than too early, but waited too long. Oh. Yeah, it makes sense. Shoot your shot. There you go. You die. Shoot your shot. Okay, you still hit me though. You still hit me with it. I didn't appreciate that. Well, I tried it again, but it has like a momentum, like it slingshots a little bit, like it increases speed, so you have a really weird little gap of time. But if you're too early, you're gonna mess yourself up, but if you're too late, it picks up too much speed, so it's like very small window. Let's see. Shit. Oh god, I made it and then I just landed right behind the dude, so I died anyway. Oh, fine. 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 We will. We ride. What? Why did I get hit from that? Okay. Don't matter now. What? What? I didn't spin. I didn't spin. Why did it break? Ah! No! Oh, did I accidentally kill you? Oh, that sucks, buddy. Shit. Having to jump upside down isn't different than on the ground, but it definitely feels like it. Okay. Oh, that's a different way to do it. That's a different approach to take. No, I lost my thing already. No, I didn't lose it? Or did I have two of them? I had two of them. And now I have none, so, good book. Okay, I didn't remember if I changed the game category, so let's check. Okay. Stop it! Oh, it's because you're standing on the wall, not the ground, so I didn't... Okay, I didn't land on your head, I landed on your butt. On your body. Not your buddy, your butt. I landed on your crotch. Yeah, I don't want that. Sorry. I don't like you that way. No. Oh my god. At me. Now die. Thank you. Just wait. I want all my hit points going into the later part. Careful, Strat. That was very bad. Okay. Can't fuck up. Can't fuck up or die. I'll wait for the bullet and then I'll go. Dude. The second bullet! Oh my god. That second bullet is so hard. Okay. Go. Go, 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 go. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Worked out. That worked out fine, I guess. Okay. Better shape than we were before. We might be able to tank it, but it'd be better if I can not get hit to begin with, right? That guy won't shoot though until we're a little bit closer, so... Oh, I double jumped over it, sucker! Oh well, whatever. Good enough. Good enough! We made it! We did it! That part was rough. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm a cheer for myself, because that part was hard as shit, and I deserve it. Hold on. There we go. Thank you! Thank you. Thank you, Vera, in the chat. I know, that was like the coolest thing ever, right? I agree. Ooh, I killed the ceiling on with that too. Y'all are sleeping on my gamer moment. That's what you're doing. Ultimate gamer. Na 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 na. Hello. Thank you for keeping this place in one piece. I appreciate your hard work. We still good on everything? I haven't noticed any major issues tonight. That's good. Any problems, busy? Hey, we did it! Unlock space shoot crash on this one. Continue. Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum. I will take a drink. We seem to be in some downtime. What else are there? gonna head to bed. Oh, yeah, no problem. It's late. I realize that it's like super late on a Thursday, so everyone's kind of passing out at this point. Have yourself a good night, Manaxi. Thank you for coming by. Hermugula. I don't know. I'll play a couple levels. I really like it, but I realize it's super late, and that's probably not for most people. Right here, so maybe we'll just finish out the world we're in. I wanted to do more because I don't have another chance to stream, but when I start the stream so late, it kind of makes it an issue, I realize. So let me see here. Crash 4. Walk through, see how many levels. Three worlds, this one included. But we're not gonna have another chance to come back to it, so it's like, now or never. But, I don't know. Don't know. We ran a little long in the last game, so I probably didn't leave enough time here. I get nervous at the games where, like, I'm having a really fun time, but I'm fighting against something hard that I'm just boring everybody away when I play the same segment, like, 20 times in a row. How long's my break gonna be? At least a month.
It looks like we're en route to
Minimum.
the rift generator. But we'd be a lot faster in... that! What the... Tana?
I'm not losing you guys in this dimension too. I'll handle this.
Tana level. Tana in spaceship level?
We're a team.
That's different. Okay.
Oi, what
Oh,
I
no.
miss?
Maybe not a Tana level. No.
Stowaways? Well, hey, where'd my cart go?
Maybe I'll just finish this level and then we'll wrap up. I don't like... If I was gonna do a double game, I should have started earlier on. So, that one's on me. Bam, bam. Dun. Yeah, it's a lot easier if I just spin attack them rather than try to jump on their head. I'm not sure why I made it hard on myself before. Oh shit. I timed that bad. Okay. Oh, I see. It's on a timer. Fire and... Dun, 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 dun.
I swear I left my cart parked right there.
Hoping I wouldn't get all emo like my last streams here, but sorry about that. Yeah, I was just really looking forward to playing this game, and because I didn't do it yesterday, I kind of messed up the timing on things. It's just there's not enough days for me to do things this week. I'm just not worrying about the boxes here. Give me Gravity Shield. Honestly, I think this is probably one of my like top 3 games of the year. I'm gonna have to go back and look, but I really like this game a lot.
My 6th card stolen this year. My wife's gonna kill me.
It is very, very hard, but what's nice about this game is the fact that you have unlimited continues and you get right back in there so quick that it just... To me, that's really good. Break those. The button that's usually your ground pound is the button for flipping gravity. So that's kind of strange. Oh, no, it's not. I just mixed up the buttons. That was just me being dumb. Shit! But like, I don't know. I went back and was playing some Crash 1 the other day. I feel like this is definitely like way harder than Crash 1. I don't know how it compares to the others in the series, but I feel like because that they removed the lives, they felt like they could make things a lot harder, and I think that is fair that they did that, because, again, the checkpointing system seems pretty generous, and will update if you're really struggling. But also, nothing's ever going to boot you out of the level. You never have to start a level from the beginning all over again, which makes a huge difference when you're trying to get through everything for the first time. Part is very... Oh, I got out of my crouch too soon and I died. Dang. Okay. Yeah, that's... I don't know. Something I've noticed is it's... I don't always know if it's just because it's late, but I do feel like the games where I'm like really pushing myself and struggling the most are the ones that kind of... I just don't want people to get bored and leave from seeing the same thing all the time. Forehead got a little too warm and died? You're doing okay. Oh, you mean me. Yeah, my forehead got a little too warm and died. That makes sense. You do that jump and not... Oh, there's a short hop. You just have to be very quick about it and just pushing the button too hard. That's probably what that is. Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. Go. Be good. Wait. Oh, you can ground pound those. I didn't realize you could ground pound to break those. If I did, I forgot completely. Okay, so you can't ground pound to break that one though, because you'll explode the TNT in its pad. So I'm not really sure how you're supposed to get to that one. These ones, easy. Huh. Oh. Hit the TNT first. You can't spin into the TNT though. You can only hit TNT by jumping on it. If you spin into it, that's immediate death. So that's why it was confusing. You might have to knock an enemy into it. That might be the thing. It's just about using an enemy as a projectile to destroy it. Oh, didn't get all of that. Oh, don't get that. Because if you jump on it, it triggers the countdown, and if you do any other damage, it skips the countdown and blows up right then and there. No. Boom. Oh, I could have gotten swift and I didn't. Just on accident. Still counts. Right. Hello? This is in the level, clearly. I'm just looking at things now. Will do. Oh, I didn't realize you were still here, too. Hello. Congrats on first, Pokey. Why did everybody show up right at the end of the level when I said I was ending stream because it was too late and everyone was passed out? Whatever, I'm still ending stream now. But congrats on first, Pokey. Dun 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 dun.
Attention crew, asteroid field ahead.
Not finishing this game, so I'll just have to re-add my plus at some point in the future. It's just been very dead in here for a while. It's just like all of a sudden. But it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well.
We're hit! Unbuckle those seatbelts and fix my ship!
Oh, that one. Got it. Okay, we got a bounce, and then, like, on the down slope, we get a double jump. That's good to know. So we go... Loop, loop, loop. Almost got a tape, but I don't think we can get the tape if we've taken any damage. You're up until 4 AM play. I've heard that's really good. I watched a streamer play some of it, and then I had to turn the stream off, because I'm like, yeah, I want to play this for myself. This is already going crazy. But yeah, this game seems really neat. Very meta in fun ways. Yeah, it makes sense. Hope you have been enjoying it. You did nothing wrong. It's funny, the first streamer I watched play it, the first thing they did was they just were like, you gotta kill the princess. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then they just killed the princess. And it's like, Then they were confused because they didn't play VNs a lot, and they're just like, wait, game done? Fake corpse kind of game? I can see that. Bam, bam. I need to not step on the nitro. There we go. We're good. We're good. We're good. I don't like the streamer playing it. That's what
Prepare the
two of them
master
do.
and escape pod! Abandon ship!
Face Coco looks like. That looks cute. My throat's actually getting kind of sore too, so yeah, that's probably also a good reason to call it here. Oh, it's a boss fight though. I guess we'll do the boss fight. Yeah, I gave up on being a completionist with this game because I have it on PlayStation Plus, and I don't want to pay for PlayStation Plus anymore. If I owned it, it'd be a different story, but like, I went to check because I thought I owned it, and then I realized it was a game I was getting from my subscription, and I let my subscription run out, so I was like, oh, it's fine, it's probably like $20 or $30, right? And it was still $60. So it's like, kinda sucked. If it ever goes on sale, I need to just pick it up though, since even if you own it, you can't. No, I've seen how hard it is, but that doesn't mean I won't try. It's insane. And I'm not necessarily gonna 100% it, but like, you know, unlock most of the costumes and stuff. Like, I've gotten like 1 or 2 diamonds on each of the levels. I want to unlock more of like those like rewind stages because they're really fun. I'd probably give up before 100%, easy, because I don't usually 100% anything, but I want to go back and challenge myself on the levels beyond just finishing them for the first. So yeah, not 100% I guess, but more. More than I've done. Crash landed. Is this the boss or is this a normal stage? I think the boss is... Yeah, there's one more level before the boss, so yeah, we're just gonna wrap it up here for today. Yeah, I did see that video, Pokey. It was insane. Which is why I'm, like, taking back my 100% statement. I want to get more of the stuff than just level completion, is my new statement. Because, yeah, no, this game... But hey, props on a game for having an obscene amount to do to keep you at it. I genuinely think this is, like, one of the best games I've played in this year. And, it's made me a Crash fan, so, you know. That says a lot. Yeah, we are gonna wrap up now for today. Realize that Stalker 2 will come out when you're on break, so I mean, you can still post it on Discord. It's always a thing. I won't necessarily be on Discord all the time, but I will be part of the time, and the other people will be there too, for you to razz out to. I almost just closed VC Face because I don't know what I'm doing right now. Good stuff. To the roof! That's a dramatic roof. Okay. But yeah, thank you all for coming out tonight. So we have... Tomorrow at 3 p.m. PST will be the Gunya Monster collab, which I'm very excited for. Finally gonna get that off the ground. Yeah, Casey, you can talk about it. Is Casey also a fan of Stalker? Yeah, thank you for coming. And then Saturday I'll be over at Billy's channel. I think that also is at like 3 p.m. PST. And then Sunday we'll be back here for New Year's Eve. And then we'll play New Year's Eve like games with whoever's here and potentially probably chat too. I think we're only gonna have like 4 or 5 people here, and then chat can join in as well. So to the roof. But yeah, my throat is killing me, so this is good. Wrap it up and get myself some tea, and then call it a night. Bum 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 bum. Let's see. Where do I want to go? Yeah, I don't want to go there because I will spoil myself. Peony's playing Slay the Princess right now, but I don't want to go there because that game's very spoiler heavy, and I imagine she's pretty deep into it. Oh! Kuragi is playing Wind Waker. That sounds fun. I like Wind Waker. Let's do that. That's the game plan. Congrats on first, Manuel. Got it right in the nick of time. Ah, thank you, Manuel. That's very nice of you. I will take the quiz, though. But, because, you know, quizzes you take on Twitter are the be-all, end-all of, deciding your fate. I don't make the rules. I just let Twitter do the work for me. Which is not a safe thing to do, or healthy. Don't do that. Don't do what I do. I don't know. Do I have a raid message? Shit. We gotta do a raid message, don't we? Something about space and time. Something about space and time raid. That's right. Just I spell it with an R. Something about space and time raid. There it is. Something about space and time raid. Alright, have fun at Karagi's. I'll see some of you tomorrow, and if I don't see you there, I'll see you at Billy's or I'll see you Sunday. And have yourselves a good night. Get some sleep. Drink a drink. Pet a thing. Pet an animal. You know the deal. Okay, you can leave now. Goodbye!